Hello. Hello? Chesting. Oh, I just realized I didn't, Maybe it works now? Yep. There it is! Right. I gotta figure out the chat. I don't really have the chat thing down. Okay. Hello. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Cut the music. Howdy, everybody. Bit of a smaller crowd today, I'm going to be honest. The Kramer versus Kramer does not have the pull it used to have. Damn. How's everybody doing? Hello, Homer Simpson fan, Boston Stuff, Pink Reboot, Ray Chale, Movie Master Marco, Walther 3000, Alu, Sasha, Evo Rush, which, by the way, Evo Rush, that's not my music. I mean, I wish it was mine. I wish I could make music, but that was not my music, no. Soma, I want to say, ZJ13, Gus on the Bus, Time Master, Dougal is awesome, Big Brain Studios. How's everybody doing? It's good to be here. Josh Berry, hello. Guys, we're here. We're back. Guys, today's stream is going to be a bit on the chaotic side, okay? It's going to be a bit insane. So bear with me. School started. Is that why we're saying it's a chiller day? Everybody's in school now. Everybody's got better things to do. Everybody's in like school and employed, which is honestly good to see. That's a better use of your time, probably. What's the fit today? The fit is this shirt that says "Poss." I'm gonna stand up and show you. I wish I could plug the name of who made this. I think it's called like Sandwich Shop on Instagram, but I'm forgetting. KJ, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is now 15 years old. That's crazy. It honestly feels older, to be honest. Where's the goat? The goat is not here today. Yeah, damn. I took down the goat. I didn't even realize. Show the behind. There's nothing behind besides my fucking I'm not gonna finish that. Okay, yes, today's gonna be a little crazy, okay, for a few reasons. Now, we have a lot on the agenda. We're gonna get right into Kramer versus Kramer today. We will not have time for a huge Q&A. We're gonna get into Kramer versus Kramer very shortly. I hope you watched it. If you didn't, stick around. It's a funny one to spoil. There's like, I don't even know if there are spoilers for this movie, but we will be talking about Kramer versus Kramer, the classic Oscar-sweeping film starring Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep. After that, we're going to have a brief little interview, a little chat with none other than Harley Shamandi, I think is how you pronounce his last name. We will ask him on the interview. He made a lovely film called Alan Sunshine, which won an award by Werner Herzog. It's Werner Herzog co-signed, and it's lovely. And I want to talk to him a little bit about the film. I want to talk to him about getting a debut indie feature off the ground, as I'm sure many of you are wondering the same thing, like what that process is like from someone who's, just done it. And then we're going to play some Cine2Nerdle. What's going to make it a little chaotic today is that my dryer in my apartment has been having some issues, as in it doesn't dry. It spins, but no heat comes out. And it's been like this for like 2 weeks now. Finally got the landlord to decide, hey, let's get these guys a new dryer. She texts me. She's like, hey, this was last weekend. She was like, is there a time this week that works for dropping off this new dryer and installing it? And I said, yes, any day that's not Wednesday. I didn't tell her I was streaming, but I was like, I have a call that day. And she's like, perfect. She texted me yesterday. She's like, it'll be on Thursday. I'm like, awesome. That's ideal. She texted me this morning. She's like, they're dropping it off today. We don't know when. And I was like, awesome. Well, I will be busy for a period of time. And, yeah, so if I have to cut this, not cut it short, but if I have to take like a 2-minute break to let these fellas in, to bring the dryer inside, man, fuck it. I'll take the camera on the go and show the installation process. We'll all install a dryer together on stream. But anyway, that's that really kind of boring and unexciting anecdote, but I had to say it because I might have to just, dox myself real quick today. But anyway, that's what's on the agenda. Kramer versus Kramer, Alan Sunshine, and then, honestly, some Cine2Nerdle. Besides the dryer thing, I got nothing going on tonight. And so I'm like, let's make up for last week's stream that got cut a little bit short by having a little bit of fun on the Cine2Nerdle. But that is what's on the agenda for today. Before we get into Kramer versus Kramer, I do want to address a few things. Marty Supreme trailer dropped this morning, which, I'll be honest, like, I don't know why my hype for this film has kind of mellowed out, but off just the trailer alone, it's fully back. I'm fully back in it. I will say, it is kind of, I've seen some people be able to tell the difference between the Josh Safdie touch and the Benny Safdie touch. I see no difference. I'm like, they're the same. They look the same. Like when I think of like Uncut Gems and then I look at Smashing Machine next to Marty Supreme and I'm like, so which one, who is contributing what? I'm like, I guess they just kind of are joining forces. They're maximizing their slay. and it looks good. It looks good. It looks like, I mean, the trailer reads like kind of a generic trailer. Like, there's not a whole lot to go off of here. It looks a bit like Challengers. No, it doesn't. I don't see that. Challengers was like, it was like sexy. There's nothing sexy about Marty Supreme. I think he actually looks so much, and I mean this in the best way. He looks so nerdy and dweeby, and I love that about it. Like, I think that's I'm glad that he doesn't look necessarily hot. Ain't nothing sexy about ping pong. That's true. Do you guys think this will do numbers for ping pong? Do you think ping pong will take off in light of this film? I'm really just glad it's not like a billiards movie, because the ping pong and billiards, I would say, kind of on the same level of popularity. And I'm glad the billiards idea wasn't stolen, because I really want to make a billiards movie one day. That's like a deep passion of mine. I have no script written. I have no idea for it, but I watch too much professional pool, and I play too much pool, and I love it too much not to pursue that one day. Just so you guys know. If any of you steal that idea and it comes out in like 2 years that there's a billiards movie happening, just know this is where it started, was the Broadkarst movie Karst. What's up, brother? How's it going? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Tux and Fanny goes hard. Listen, man, you're always in here talking about Tux and Fanny. I'm gonna watch it. I've heard good things. I've heard good things. Trust. Did Scorsese not do one? He's like the last one to do it, is the thing. There was The Hustler, and then there was The Color of Money, which was a sequel to The Hustler. And there has been no like popular billiards movie that's come out since then. And I think we're due, especially because the game has changed so much. There's a lot to unpack about the game, because it went from being the seedy underground gambling thing into something they're trying to legitimize now and make into like a real proper sport. The same way like snooker got popular in like the late 90s, 80s. And so I'm like, we need a pool movie. We need to make a movie about pool. And I'm going to pitch me to be the guy to do it, because I'm familiar with the territory. You doing W Place? I learned about W Place this week. It looks really cool and like a lot of fun. My browser, and I tried a few different browsers, and actually I have a rant about browsers in just a second, but it wouldn't load for me. But it looks like a lot of fun. I would love to get into it. But my rant is that Chrome sucks now. I don't know if anyone has the same thought. David Howell, thank you for the super chat. I'll get into that in a second. But like, Chrome is ass, man. I fucking hate Chrome. I booted up Safari just for the hell of it, and I was like, oh shit, this shit is kind of clean. I'm definitely, yeah, that's the other thing. I'm not going to open up an like, if we're doing maps, we're doing GeoGuessr, but I'm not going to dox myself. Firefox? Okay, I haven't tried Firefox yet, but it's not just Chrome with W Place. It's Chrome as a whole. It's like when I watch YouTube on Chrome, it's like, it's so buffery and choppy, and it's like I try closing, I clear like the cookies and the browser data, and like I close every other application, and it's still like that. What are you drinking? I'm drinking a bubbler. Dude, shout out to Bubbler. My sister put me onto this because her and I, we have a very similar drink history where she got really into Celsius, put me onto Celsius. I got really into Celsius. My friend was like, those are going to kill you. And I was like, no. And then I did some research, and I was like, these might kill me. And I reported back to my sister. She went through the trouble of finding an alternative. She said bubblers are the closest thing we got. It might not be as intense as Celsius, but they make you feel good. And it's like kind of this, it tastes good, tastes the same. Yeah, bubblers are kind of goated. Celsius, teetering into washed territory, but not quite there yet. I'll still buy a Celsius every now and then. Karsten G Fuel sponsorship when? I don't think I've ever consumed G Fuel in my life. Okay, so anyway, I was going to get to the super chat by David Howell. What's the best divorce movie? I was actually going to, we were going to debate this today in light of Kramer versus Kramer, which I feel is one of the essential divorce films. I don't think it's Kramer versus Kramer, to be honest. I really like Kramer versus Kramer, and we'll get into it in a second. I think off the bat, and I've seen, this is not me saying this because it's like one of the only ones I've seen. I've seen a lot of the classics, and I think Marriage Story is one of the best. I really think Marriage Story is such, it's like, it kind of, I'm not, again, and we we talked about this last time, I am not a child of divorce, and I have never been divorced myself, so I'm really unfamiliar with the territory. But, in my opinion, Marriage Story, checks off all the boxes, and, like, really thoroughly examines the territory. There's aspects to Kramer versus Kramer where I'm like, I wish it did more of this, like, I wish... And we'll talk about it. But Possession, yes, is a divorce movie. But we're, dude, see, I was underwhelmed by Squid and the Whale. But I really need to give Squid and the Whale a rewatch because, yeah. Possession's a fun divorce. Well, it's not fun. But it's fun to talk about it as a divorce movie. Yes, that is Sol Maxwell. That is a key difference that I think Kramer versus Kramer nails. Karsten versus his wardrobe. Awesome, Adam, you're always coming in here roasting my fucking fits. Did you even see today's fit? It was possum. This is a good one. The shorts kind of suck today, I'm not going to lie. And I'm wearing UGG. Okay, real quick plug. An UGG plug. I got these, my girlfriend got these for me. Clean them off a little bit. I got these UGG slippers. These blue UGG slippers, because I work from home, it's like I just wanted a nice slipper. I've never really had a good slipper in my life, and these shits go insane, man. These are so good. I love these slippers. Show us the dogs. I'm not showing the dogs. Show us the shorts. They're fine. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna draw the line at the shorts. I'm rocking some Nike ACG shorts that are fine. They're a little too short and they're a little too baggy for my taste. I'll say it one last time and then we'll move on. The Abercrombie jean shorts are fucking amazing. They're currently, you know how you have your like all-stars in the closet. Those are my like A-listers right now. They're the ones that I get like really excited to wash because I'm like I cannot wait to wear that again. If I don't want any spoilers, when should I come back? Actually, today, of all days, we have a concrete time of when we'll move on, which is 2 p.m. And if you don't want the interview is only going to last about 30 minutes if you don't want to, like, spoil Alan Sunshine or anything like that. That will be done at, like, 2:30 p.m. Yeah, we have a schedule today. We're doing this, whatever this bullshit is, for maybe, like, 2 more minutes before Kramer versus Kramer. We're going to do an interview at 2. And at 2:30, we're going to play some Cine2Nerdle. And that's the day. That's the day. Oh, and then someone suggested making a Letterboxd list of all the Broadkarst films so far and ranking them, which we will be doing at the end. Do you think Highest to Lowest has kind of rough editing? It's a little choppy, but like when it starts going, when it becomes like a bit of a chase scene, when the action really kicks in, I mean, then it's like I got no complaints. I think the editing in those like high intensity moments is pretty good. And then like the interrogation scene near the end is great. I just think the first 30 to 40 minutes of it are pretty bad. And that's beyond the editing. That's the horrible use of score and the real bad editing. Acting. Johannes, thank you for the super chat. What's the best theater experience you've had with a 2025 release? With a 2025 release, I think Weapons was good. Weapons was really good. Like, not just off recency bias. Like I had a real, I don't know, with like with some of these bigger movies that I have to see. Oh my God, I'll talk about the worst one, and it was like the last one I saw. But like with some of these like bigger blockbuster releases, it's kind of like a chore to go to, and it's kind of made me question like what I should be making on the channel. It's not Superman. Like How to Train Your Dragon, which wasn't bad, but like I really was like not in the mood, and like I was pleasantly entertained, but I was just kind of sitting there and I was like, what am I doing with my life? But Weapons, I was kind of like, okay, like we got to go see Weapons. It's like the movie of the week. And it got me to like fall in love with the game again. You know, I was like, this is what it's all about. Like people just fucking laughing and squirming and we're all jumping. And I was just like, oh man, this is the best, man. It made me really love, I don't know. I don't, by the game, I mean, I don't mean movies. I love watching movies. I'll never not stop watching or enjoying and loving the theater experience. But sometimes with like, I don't know, AMC has become my default here in LA, and the fucking trailers and the what they've turned it into. I'm like, this is pathetic. Can we just watch the movie? I don't know. But anyway, I went to see Cloud all that said, I went to see Cloud, the new Kiyoshi Kurosawa film, at a art house cinema, in a micro cinema specifically. I'm not going to just, specify. But the crowd for that was horrendous, I will say. That was like just I like this like laughing at everything, and I'm like, yeah, some of it's funny, but they were like howling at the ending, and I was like, I don't know if I get the joke. I don't think it's that funny, and that just kind of annoyed me. But anyway, we should talk about Kramer versus Kramer. Cloud, though, was a fantastic movie. That's one of my highlights of the year, to be honest. Experience that just says so much that the experience of it kind of sucked, but like the movie itself, fantastic. Kramer versus Kramer. We're gonna talk about Kramer versus Kramer. This is a movie directed by. Let me start from this. Let me take a bite of this beef stick before I go any further. Let me chomp out of this chomp real quick. Okay. Kramer versus Kramer. What year did this come out? This was a 1979 film based on the 1977 novel written by Avery Corman, directed by Robert Benton. It has a very fascinating background with who was attached and when. Beefed up talking about Kramer versus Kramer. Yes, sir. The synopsis... Oh my God, I'm such a mess today. The synopsis reads... Make sure the dryer's not here. On the same day, Manhattan advertising executive Ted Kramer lands the biggest account of his career. He learns that his wife, Joanna, is leaving him and their young son, Billy. End of sentence. She's leaving both of them. That's the crazy part, and we'll get into that in a second. Forced to raise his son alone, Ted loses his job but gains a stronger relationship with the child with the help of another single parent, Margaret. When Joanna returns to claim custody of Billy, the ensuing court battle takes a toll on everyone concerned. This was, if you didn't know, I actually didn't know this. It was a huge Oscar success. Like, in the way that no spoilers, bro, like, you guys gotta understand, we're not like the synopsis is not the spoiler, and anything beyond the synopsis, I'm like, it's the divorce movie. You know what happens? They get divorced. We don't need to. We're not gonna get into like specifics of the case or anything like that. Anyway, it was a huge success at the Oscars. It won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Screenplay, and that's it. It's what I was gonna say was that it's a case of if I had been like watching the Oscars in 1979, I would have been fucking annoyed at Kramer versus Kramer because like even the movies that I love that sweep the Oscars, it gets a little annoying after a while, especially when the like big competitor was All That Jazz, which lost basically everything except for the tech categories, I guess. It won like best sound and best music and all the, of course, because it's all that jazz. But like, I don't know, man. If it's between Dustin Hoffman and what's his name, Roy Scheider, Roy, I think. I would have gone all that jazz any day. Apocalypse Now, yes, that was also there. I'm just like, all that jazz is kind of like one of my babies, and I would have been rooting for that this year. Let's just look at this. Yes, the other nominees, All That Jazz, Apocalypse Now, Breaking Away, which I haven't seen, and Norma Ray. Also, there was another one I thought. Manhattan, which I haven't seen. Is that it? Yeah, that was it. Manhattan was not nominated for Best Picture. It was just, it was a good year. And that said, it's like, damn, Kramer, all those, like, fucking Apocalypse Now drops, and, like, you hear about the making of that movie, and it's like hell. And then they're like, no, let's give it to Kramer versus Kramer. Which is fine. It's a good movie, but it wouldn't have been my first pick. It has an interesting history with casting. It was written for Dustin Hoffman, but he was not interested, as he was going through a divorce himself at the time, and just wasn't very interested in the film. They also pitched it to James Caan, Al Pacino, and Jon Voight, all of whom were considered, all of whom declined. I'm pretty sure Al Pacino said he thought it was going to be a flop, which is why. And that's funny because when I was watching this, I was like, I can see Al Pacino in this role. But and so it's funny that they pitched it to him. Long story short, they ended up convincing Dustin Hoffman to do it, and he signs on. It's an interesting film for Dustin Hoffman. We'll get to that in a second. Kind of a similar thing happened with the lead actress. They pitched it to Kate Jackson, Jane Fonda, and Faye Dunaway, all of whom declined for different reasons. Meryl Streep was going to originally play Margaret, I'm pretty sure, the side character, but she ended up being casted as the lead. Both actresses, Meryl Streep and what's her name, Jane Alexander, were both nominated, I'm pretty sure, right? Yes. And Justin Henry was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. It got literally like everything it could have been nominated for, which is crazy. But yeah, it was... So, notably, it was the first... we're still talking about Oscars just because like it kind of plays into the movie. It's the first film that Dustin Hoffman won Best Actor for. He would later also win for Rain Man. Bit crazy. It kind of feels like not too long overdue, but like knowing how active he was in the 70s, it's like, this is kind of like, yeah, we should give it to him, which is funny considering he didn't want to do it at first. But also, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this. Who does Justin Henry play? He plays Billy Kramer, the kid, which... fantastic child performance, by the way. We'll get to that in a second. Right now, though, I want to talk about the Hoffman controversies. It came out in like a Times interview that Meryl Streep said he was extremely aggressive on set. They butted heads quite a bit. He threw a wine glass at the wall without telling her. I think she accused him of groping her breasts at one point. And then in 2018, she came out and said he slapped her in the first take of the film. Their first take, he like slapped her without, saying he was going to do that, which is obviously like, a step too far, to put it lightly. It was very just odd, aggressive, kind of, beyond inappropriate behavior, and definitely like makes you see this film. I learned about this literally like an hour ago. I did not know this when I watched it. But definitely like paints it in a poor light for sure, and also like choosing to go method for this after also like experiencing your own divorce shortly before. I mean, it's there's a lot to like unpack about like where a lot of Hoffman's rage in this film is coming from. It's not entirely like fictional. So it's just a bit of a disappointing backstory, considering it's a great performance, but it maybe comes off so realistic and so natural and so scary because it's coming from a very real place. And it's very sad that it's one of Meryl Streep's earlier roles. It was apparently a very negative experience. That said, Meryl Streep also incredible in this movie. I mean, she's kind of, it's a case of I wish we got more Meryl Streep. That's one of my core kind of like, and this just boils down to like Guy wishes he got a different movie than what he got. But I'm like, I do wish there was more being said about like her position in this and like what happens to her while this is all happening, because I don't know. I think that's a really interesting thing that makes Marriage Story such a fascinating film, is like so much of how these characters feel about one another is off of what they don't know and like what you don't see, and the assumptions that come up. And because we don't see a whole lot of Meryl Streep's character in this, I personally don't, but like it almost reads like the film kind of wants to like villainize her at a certain point, because it's like she kind of comes in and disrupts what is turning out to be a good thing. At least I just wish, like, I thought she was such a fascinating character who makes a really crazy decision that we really don't like get to unpack as much as I want to, outside of like the actual legal case of it. So anyway, really, really interesting backstory that led to two really great performances. And also, what's his name? The kid. Is King Kong your actual least favorite movie? I don't know if it's my least favorite movie, but that's a bad movie. Just, but what's the kid's name? Justin Henry. Yes. He's fantastic. It's got to be one of my favorite child performances of all time. There's a lot of like strange, like he has to be good basically for this to work, because it's like he's such an important part of it in a way that I really didn't expect him to be. But like when he's like crying for his mom, it just reads so real in a way that was like really upsetting. I was like, that's so like that was me, man. Like I would just like break down in these, and it just got so sad to picture that like his comfort his like is I was gonna say comfort character, but his mother like I don't know, just you could feel like the absence and the loneliness and just like the how trapped he feels being with this guy. And Dustin Hoffman, he's just got a real unenjoyable vibe. He's just got a rancid vibe about him in this that I'm like, yeah, I just feel for the kid. And but that said, when they need to share a scene and have chemistry, they do. Like I did read that they did a lot of work together to like nail this bond, which is so believable on set. I mean in the film. It's so you totally see it. And I mean, yeah, there's so many standout scenes, like the ice cream one, obviously. The ice cream one is crazy. I would say would you agree that's probably the most iconic scene from this film? Like that's the real standout, because it plays with your emotions and makes you think. Like it's a little scary at first, and then like the way he's like kind of teasing eating the ice cream, you're kind of like, oh, this is kind of funny. And it feels funny for like a second, and then he just snaps, and it's scary. The court scene is definitely the most, yeah, that you're right. Or the French toast one. But I feel like I've seen a lot of people talking about the ice cream one. Anyway, the ice cream one is probably my favorite scene, just because it captured that like really like flips on a dime kind of situation that you could have with a parent. Not that like I've had well, maybe as a kid, yeah. It's like, I don't know, everything is you're like, they're trying to be, how do I put this? I don't know. I lost the thought. I need a bubbler. But yeah, I thought it was just a fantastic scene. And what else? Oh, the screenplay for this, I would say, is probably the highlight besides the performances. I really admire how simple this is. It's like a deceptively, like it's very like it is what it is, you know? It's an it is what it is kind of movie, and it doesn't try to like overcomplicate things or over dramatize any moments specifically. Like, it is dramatic, and it does make for a really great movie, but it kind of just plays out very naturally, in a way that's almost documentary like, and you get some like real ugly and odd things in the process. There's a moment specifically that I thought was very bizarre, and I'm surprised people haven't talked about it more. With he has this woman over, and she walks out nude, and then the kid sees her nude, and they stand in the hallway for way too long. Like, it's like yes, this is a thing. This is an awkward, uncomfortable situation that's like probably happened to so many people. But it's like seeing it play out on screen and for so long, I was just like, go in the other room. Like, don't put some clothes on. Why are you having this full conversation? It's like this crazy scene. But yeah, it made it like realer for me for some reason. I'm just like, what is she doing? Like, I did want to bring up, it's shot by, where's his name, bro? Did I not write his name down? Motherfucker. Well, it's shot by this filmmaker, or this DP, who is known for shooting like Romer and Truffaut movies. He's like a French cinematographer. And Truffaut was actually going to direct this, funny enough, but turned it down. But like, you kind of feel that in the cinematography. It's a very like, it's unassuming in how it's shot. Like, you don't consider it like the most like, I hate this word, but like cinematic movie. Certainly not as much as Apocalypse Now, which came out the same year, but like it's still very pretty. There's a shot near the end where the kid, he like gets on Dustin Hoffman's shoulders, and they're like walking away, and there's all this light pouring through the park. Nestor Almendros, yes. He shot Days of Heaven too. Like, just a really like delicately shot movie. Like, the lighting is so soft and subtle. Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. That was an aspect that I really love, that obviously people aren't gonna like bring up for a movie like this, but I'm like, got the job done, man. Yeah, on the topic of divorce movies, I'm curious, where does this rank for a lot of people in divorce films? Is this anybody's favorite divorce film? Because I guess when I think of like films of this kind, I'm leaving out Possession for the sake of this, because Possession is not it's not the kind of divorce film I'm talking about. I think of this, Marriage Story, Scenes from a Marriage, fucking, I guess, Squid and the Whale. It's definitely like one of the most iconic. It's my favorite Broadkarst film by far. That's great to hear, man. That's great to hear. Anatomy of a Fall, yes. Blue Valentine, dude. Divorce films just go so hard, man. New to the chat, good to have you here, Ethan. We're talking about Kramer versus Kramer. A Separation, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I also really dig Scenes from a Marriage. I guess between Scenes from a Marriage and Marriage Story and Blue Valentine, kind of playing with time and different eras. Dude, The Fabelmans is kind of a crazy pull. Like, in Anatomy of a Fall, I'm very used to these movies, like, getting really crazy with it. And going, like, they need to, like, play with time, and they need to, like, bring... And a lot of these... This is not me saying these movies are bad, but they feel a need to bring some greater meaning to this horrible thing that happens to a lot of people. And what I like about Kramer versus Kramer is there's something just very quaint and simple and frustrating and stupid about it, in how it doesn't really overcomplicate it, and it just says, like, this is what it is, and this is what I've been missing. Like, this is a part of my life that I have not tapped into in a long time, that has been in front of me this whole time. Like, that's what's crazy. I'm like, it really reads like he's meeting this child for the first time. I'm like, and they have to build from the ground up. I'm like, the kid's not a baby. Like, he's been around, which, I don't know. It's just stuff like that I really love about it. Like, I love its simplicity. No dryer yet. So, most Spielberg movies, actually, that's the beautiful thing about The Fabelmans, man. Oh my God, bubbler on my nose. Yeah, I guess as you know, I gave this a 4 and a 5, or 4 and a 5, a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I was kind of for a while expecting it to be a home run. I was kind of like, there's nothing wrong with this movie. And there really isn't that much wrong. It is just, all of that said, I wanted more Meryl Streep. I think, there's something there that I think it feels like this huge piece that's missing. That I know it's like, it's all about, him and his son, but her like I said at the top of this, her choice to leave, the son specifically, was crazy to me. And I really do think it like paints it in a way that you do start to root for one side over the other, even though it's made clear that like Dustin Hoffman's character is this incredibly, like, I don't know, unstable man. Like, I guess I just wanted a bit more balance out of my divorce films, because that's like something I do really love. Sorry. I'm not going to acknowledge what I was laughing at. Yes, I think what this like has over other divorce movies that I've seen, if it does anything exceptionally well, it's that it focuses on the kid to such a degree that it's like, I would call this Kramer and Kramer, not Kramer versus Kramer. It's him in a new Kramer, Little Kramers. I don't know. Would you call Paris, Texas a divorce movie? It's not what I guess I would call it more of a road movie, right? If we're going with, like, I think that I would classify it more as that than a divorce movie. Little Kramers everywhere. There's the new The Rose film. Is that movie called The Roses with Olivia Colman? Is that what you're referring to? My mom was telling me about it. She's like, I cannot wait for this movie. And I was like, I don't know what this is. I've never heard of this. But I've been seeing more about it ever since. I'm like, damn, she kind of cooked me. Like, maybe I'm not tapped in. What is the context with the poll I just joined? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's Kramer versus Kramer. Who wins? Marty Supreme thoughts? It looks great. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I can't really say anything. I mean, it looks better than I thought it would be. Timmy looks fantastic. I think I'm more excited for Smashing Machine at the end of the day. Oh, that's a mom film. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a remake of The War of the Roses. And you're saying that's a divorce film as well. Yeah, The Roses is definitely a mom movie, just off the fact that my mom is really excited to see it. I also thought that Hoffman's monologue to Billy about why his mom left was one of the highlights for me. Dude, like, that stuff is what broke me, man. Like, it's oh my God. Have you guys ever seen I don't want to get too personal here, but it's like, have you ever seen your parents cry? Because that moment kind of like, there's just like multiple things happening at once in this movie, and it's like a kid who's growing up very suddenly, way too quickly, and then there's like a parent who has to like, and then the kid is like learning that their parents aren't these like indestructible figures, and that's like it's I don't know. People call it a tragic movie, and it is, because like this. No one should have to grow up this quickly like this. No one, and in such a cruel way. But like, I don't know. It's really like beautiful capturing that on screen in such an authentic way. It hit a little too close to home every now and then. And again, I'm not a child of divorce, so it's like, who am I to say? But I'm just like, it really taps into the human experience. Tyler, the Creator, Oscar, I don't see it. I got like, I'm realizing I got not that much to say about this movie. I've kind of exhausted my thoughts. There's like, I mean, there's a lot of interesting backstory here, but honestly, it like I said, it is very much it is what it is thing. And there's something very cathartic about that. Something very, comforting about seeing something like this on screen and feeling less alone in that. And I think it's a success by all means. I think there's places where it could really, use a bit more meat on its bones that would really elevate it. But also, I kind of just appreciate the simple approach it takes. There's something really nice about a divorce movie that acknowledges how it ain't that complicated. And it can quickly become very complicated, as you see through, the legal side of it. And so, yeah, I mean, kind of like, textbook divorce film. If you're looking to dive into divorce cinema, you got to start with Kramer versus Kramer. Did Alien deserve Best Picture over Kramer versus Kramer? Did they come out the same year? Let's look this up. I thought All That Jazz deserved it more. I guess I'm not surprised that Alien was not nominated, even though it should have been. The Muppet Movie came out that year? It did. Damn. Did it get a single nomination? Oh, it did. Best Art Direction. Damn. That's crazy. The Oscars have been... it won Best Visual Effects. That's crazy. I think it at least deserved a nom. I'll tell you that much. 1979 was kind of crazy, come to think of it. Yeah. You're giving anime villain with the reflection on your glasses. Damn. Kramer versus Kramer is, to me, is the only movie that actually reminded me of how I felt during my parents' divorce. Obviously, that's extremely personal, but I don't know. It seemed important to note for me. See, that's and that's why these movies matter. I'm like, if it's capturing it at such an authentic level, then it's like, maybe that's enough. I didn't even know there was a new Alien show, John. I'm learning all about this today through people talking about all the split diopters. My dinner with Andre was game-changing for me. Agreed. I saw it for the first time a few weeks ago and was like, I like, on the outside, you're kind of like, okay, buddy, sure. But then you watch it and you're like, I'm so inspired right now. I need to get out there and be a better person. My dinner with Andre was very important to me as someone who had dinner with Andre once. Dude, when's the 4DX dinner with Andre screening happening? They just like kind of do little bits of mist. Like Andre's like spitting in your face a little bit. You just gotta keep wiping it away. Karsten, are you big on Karst, are you big on Fellini? Honestly, no. But it's not like I don't like Fellini. I just really haven't watched a lot of Fellini. And I gotta fix that. It's a huge blind spot for me. But you know what's not? This beef stick. Now that the schedule's out, what are you prioritizing for TIFF? I'm going to get into that in a second, actually. Maybe I have time to do that before, too. But let me wrap it up on Kramer versus Kramer. Great film. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really love it. I do consider it probably a must-watch. You should probably watch Kramer versus Kramer if you're serious about this shit. You should get familiar. Just for the performances, just for the writing. And yeah, really like solid structure. Kind of a no skips film. Like just each scene is kind of like it doesn't really seem to skip a beat. And so yeah, highly recommend if you haven't seen it. Great film. Yeah, let me see if I can get into the TIFF thing for a second. What's the easiest way to do this? Festival. Films and events, because there's a few that I'm really looking forward to. I'll do this real quick because I do have to set some things up for this interview. Okay. 3 out of 3 on the divorce movies. I know, right? Okay. Let's see here. Transition. Are we good? I think we're good. Okay. I realize my face is covering a bit of this. So, no, not you. Video capture device. I'm going to put myself like up here. Why not? Okay. Some of these I haven't really heard of, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about a lot of these. But I did hear good things about A Poet at Cannes, so I'm going to try and see that. I have no interest in seeing a new Josh Gad film, but maybe it'll be good. I really wanted to see A Useful Ghost at Cannes, but I missed it. It's about like a vacuum cleaner. I think it's about a haunted vacuum cleaner. I could be wrong. A Private Life, I heard this is supposed to be good. Arco I saw at Cannes. Very sweet. I think you guys would like it. Ballad of a Small Player is like high on the list. It's crazy how Edward Berger turned out to be someone who I care about. After All Quiet, I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. But Conclave, I was like, okay, I'll tap in. I'll get familiar. And also the cast just looks really great. And so I'm excited for Ballad of a Small Player. Who else? There's a new Saoirse Ronan. I don't know much about it, but like if I have the opportunity, I'll check it out. What are some of these? Again, I'm not covering every single thing. There's a new Richard Linklater that I keep forgetting about. I keep forgetting that this is a thing, but I am looking forward to that. I don't know anything about this. I don't even know anybody in the cast, but there's like some buzz happening around it. So I'm kind of like, fuck it. I'll check it out. TIFF is very much a festival where I'm like, yeah, I'll see whatever. I'll see anything. So I'm very open-minded here. Is that Angelina Jolie? And then that one French dude? Oh, fuck it, man. I'll see that. Good to see Angelina Jolie's getting back out there. She's she I feel like she's having a comeback. I wasn't crazy about what's it called, Maria, but I'll check it out. Okay, new Gus Van Sant that no one's talking about for whatever reason, but I'm looking forward to it. Dia, I've heard good things about. I don't know why people like. There's a bit of a buzz around this one as well, so I'm looking forward to that. This looks like a music video. I don't. let's see. There's a lot that was at. Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna say there was a lot that was at Cannes that I missed that I kind of wanted to check out, but I think I'm gonna skip Eleanor the Great. I've heard kind of mediocre things, and I'm not too thrilled from what I've heard. I did see Exit 8. Very fun, great movie. I don't know if I'll check out Eternity. I for some reason it's not really calling to me. I mean, I guess if there's an opening, I'll see it. But the thing about TIFF is like there's a lot of good shit like this. This is one of my most anticipated. I've talked about it at length. I did not see the Kristen Stewart debut. My girlfriend really prioritized it at Cannes though, and they saw it and said it was pretty good. It was impossible to get. It was one of the hardest tickets to get at the fest, and I was not prioritizing it as much. But yes, Frankenstein, I cannot wait. Fuck My Son. I just off the title alone, I gotta give it the heart. I'm curious. This is what Kramer versus Kramer should have been called. Fuck My Son. Brian Cox directing a movie, I guess, and starring in. I can't tell if it's a documentary, but I'll check it out. The last time I checked out a Brian Cox project at TIFF, it ended up being like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. So, what else? Oh, I've heard good things about Good Boy, Stephen Graham. I've also heard good things about Good Fortune. I mean, Aziz Ansari back in the director's seat. We'll see what that's all about. Okay, Hamlet, and then Hamnet. With Paul Mescal, Chloe Zhao directing. It's funny, just doing my Best Pictures video, I was writing about Nomadland and kind of like just reflecting on Chloe Zhao. And I'm like, she really like, it's crazy how Eternals, really kind of tainted her reputation for a little bit. Like people don't like go hard for Chloe Zhao the way they did in 2020. And so I'm excited to see kind of what a post Nomadland, post Eternals Chloe Zhao film looks like. Let's see. What else we got? What time is it? 1:51. We're okay. Oh, I heard good things about this. I'm looking forward to this. I'll check it out. I looked at the schedule. I will not be able to see this, but I heard it's good. I would love to see it. If I had legs, I'd kick you because I think it's got A$AP Rocky in it. But I'm not even going to get to see it. So definitely got to tap into the In Conversation with Dwayne Johnson. That's my priority. That's my must-see. I'm mad that it won't let me heart it. Dude, this looks sick, in all honesty. Junk World looks crazy. Just off the title and the still, I'm like, this shit might go crazy. It was just an accident already seen, but it was fantastic. What else? Let's only do the essentials. I saw Left-Handed Girl. It's great. Oh, damn. Yeah, I haven't heard of a lot of these. We're in a dry spot. Okay, this I really wanted to see at Cannes, but couldn't. It's very long, but I heard kind of polarizing. Like, some people really don't fuck with it. But, Junkhead is free on Tubi? Are you serious? Why is it on Tubi? Anyway, I'm really excited for this. Oh, this is a new, it's got a lot of, like, my favorite comedians attached to it, so I'm looking forward to that. What is going on? I can't heart all of these. Well, I'm excited for Maddie's Secret. A new Christian Petzold, I'm not, like, a huge Christian Petzold fan the way a lot of people are, but I've liked what I've seen, and so I'm looking forward to it. I've heard good things out of Cannes. Oh, when did I heard this was good out of Cannes as well. I missed this one, but I heard this was definitely a must-see. My Father's Shadow. I should start saying the titles. I keep forgetting. Nino, heard it was good at Cannes. I also like this actor. I'm forgetting what his name is. Obviously, Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I'm, as I've said before, expecting not to get a ticket. I'm expecting it to sell out immediately and for there to be no chance. And honestly, I probably don't even deserve it because I haven't seen the show. But Yeah, the Canadian premiere of Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I mean, come on, man. It's going to be crazy. It's probably going to be one of the best screenings of all time, but I'm expecting not to get in. Nouvelle Vague. I keep saying it's not how you pronounce it. I already saw it. Normal. I'll check it out if I can. Not going to prioritize it by any means. No other choice I am going to prioritize. Obviously, I'm really excited to see this. Also, some interesting Park Chan-wook news this week, but we don't need to unpack that right now. What else? We got to fly through these. I feel like I'm skipping. I'm looking forward to this. I haven't heard much about it, but I'm definitely going to check it out. Palestine 36. Damn, I feel like there was this morning I saw Renoir already. Rental Family, I will be completely honest with you, dog. I think I might skip it. I wasn't crazy about the trailer, but I do like the director, and I like Brendan Fraser, so like maybe I should hear it out. The trailer just looked a little too like not my type of thing, but I mean maybe it'll be good. It looks like a nice warm crowd pleaser. There was a new Mad Mikkelsen. I don't know where it is. I looked up the synopsis for this one. It looks interesting. I'll definitely check it out. I think Saipan. What else? Roofman. Channing Tatum is supposed to be interesting. Sentimental Value. I already saw it at Cannes, but that's, one of the highlights of the year so far. The shorts. Surat is honestly one of my most anticipated. I missed it at Cannes, and I regret it so much, but I'm glad I'll have a second chance here. Sound of Falling, I saw at Cannes. Swiped, people are saying it might be good. I think I just have negative associations because the Noah Centineo Swiped is like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. But like, obviously this is not the same movie. Steve with Cillian Murphy. I'll see it. I know the trailer dropped today. I have not watched it yet, but like I'm off this still alone. I'm seated. Space Cadet looks cute. Ray Fiennes, The Coral. This could be hit or miss, but honestly, I trust Ray Fiennes' decisions most of the time. I'll definitely check it out. What else? The Christophers. New Claire Denis. No one's talking about New Claire Denis, which is crazy. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. An Italian road trip movie. There's the Mad Mikkelsen, The Last Viking. I mean, Mad Mikkelsen kind of he misses sometimes, but like I'm holding out hope. The Man in My Basement, Willem Dafoe. Got to check that out. Love That Remains, one of the highlights from Cannes, and not enough people are talking about it. It's a great film by the same guy that did Godland. Great Icelandic film. Okay, I might need to cut it short, actually. But we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Anything else? The Smashing Machine, my most anticipated. And The Secret Agent, I'm looking forward to seeing as well. Okay, I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to cut away for a second and come back, and we will be on an interview. I will be back in literally like 2 minutes. Bear with me. Okay. Testing. Testing. Wait, are we good? Okay. Are we good? I can't tell. I'm gonna let him in though. I think we're gonna do the damn thing. Okay. Oh no. Hello?
Hey,
How's it going?
how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm doing this live, by the way. I think I mentioned that. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
on my live stream. It's a bit I'm trying to get the formatting right, but I think it'll get the job done for what it
Okay,
is.
cool. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, of course. Let me just check with make sure the audio's okay.
Yeah, oh, sorry, I don't have a microphone.
You're
Uh,
totally fine. You're totally
right.
fine. Um, okay, yes. I think it's all good. Okay, well, thank you for being here, and apologies for
Yeah.
the kind of scrappy introduction.
No, thank you for having me again.
Yeah, this is if you guys didn't know, this is and correct me if I'm wrong with the pronunciation. It's Harley
Yeah.
Shamandi.
Yeah, perfect. That's actually
Okay.
the first time someone's gotten it like well. They always say like Charmandy for some
I
reason.
at first I thought it was Charmandy, but I was like, there's no
There's
way.
no R though. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
yeah. Um, I also I watched the if people don't know, you won the Werner Herzog Award, or it was presented by Werner Herzog.
Yeah, so
Um,
it's the Werner Herzog Award presented. Yeah, but he chose the film himself. Yeah.
yes, yeah, for your film Alan Sunshine. I was like, I was using that interview as a way to. I was like, well, I'll see how Werner Herzog pronounces it, and then I was like,
Oh, okay.
that doesn't even
That's probably
count.
why. That makes sense. Yeah.
But anyway, you made this lovely film called Alan Sunshine. I watched it a few weeks ago, and just really kind of fell in love with it. It's like very up my alley in both its style and just the the themes. I like really resonated with me, and I was just curious if you want to describe the film yourself. Kind of what's it
Yeah,
about?
sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for such kind words, and it means a lot. I mean, I've been watching your stuff, I think, since I was in high school. How long have you been doing it now for, let's say, have you done it for 7, 8, 9, 10 years now?
Um, I've been since 2017. So
Yeah,
yeah,
2017.
like
That
eight
was my
years.
last year of high school. I think that's probably when I discovered you, and I've watched all your videos of going to Cannes, and so it's really I love all your takes. So it's really awesome to get your feedback. But basically, Alan Sunshine, I guess in my own words, is really a film about love and what it means to live without it and finding it in new ways. So it's about this man named Alan Sunshine, and he's a music mogul. So think like, a big kind of like Jay-Z kind of character, like a big mogul.
Hmm.
And his wife is Eloise Hayes, who's like this other very big star. And she takes her own life while she's pregnant. And Alan is really, really going through it. So he moves to a secluded lake home where he decides to start making electronic music. And so this is a man who, is from the reality of fame and success in the modern world, but he starts to learn like a new reality through like becoming more of an artist and the surroundings that of the nature. And then he meets these two 10-year-old boys on a lake. And through his very innocent relationship with these two 10-year-old boys, he learns to live again. So to me, it's really a film about finding life in like in a new form and like learning to live like a child. And these are all like deeply very like personal things to me and how I view sort of life. And if it could even just serve as like a gentle reminder that it's really like the small things that make life worth living.
Yeah.
And choosing optimism is choosing happiness. So that's really sorry to kind of ramble it off, but that was, um, I guess, the genesis of all the ideas.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like, it's such a, kind of a universally felt film. I mean, it's about grief and like learning how to kind of fall back in love with living in a way, but you tell it in such a, it's like such a specific scenario. Like I love it because it's kind of like, what are the odds that like all of these, I'm not a huge coincidence universe guy, but I do love how it's like what are the odds that like the way all these kind of pieces fell together, like under all these very specific circumstances, like were able to make me feel you know
Yeah.
alive again, I
No,
guess.
for sure. And I like what you said about like it being very like specific to the setting because it is also like the sensibility that I'm trying to push is something that's like very gentle. And I feel like with our generation, we get very excited by like things that are like really in your face and like kind of raunchy. And to me, I kind of wanted to like tone that back and really ask like about these like small moments, like these sensitivities,
Hmm.
of these the nuance and sort of like the way the actors speak and they talk and that they move like these things were very important while making the film as well.
Yeah, I mean, especially with we were just talking about Kramer versus Kramer on this
Yeah.
stream, and we're bringing up child performances, and you work with two children in this film, both of whom are great and have such great like chemistry with the adult actors in the film, and so it's like I want to ask you kind of because I've worked with children like twice before, and they like scare me, like it's very intimidating having to
Yeah.
work with children because it's like I don't know if you saw quick tangent. This viral clip going around with Robert Eggers directing this child on
Oh
The
yeah, the
Witch.
little boy. Yeah, yeah.
It's just so I like feel it's everybody's like you know dogging on him because he sounds like very aggressive talking to this kid, but I like feel
Yeah,
for him because I'm like you don't you have to like remember how to talk to kids on
a
top
thousand
of
percent.
knowing how to like direct an actor, and so I'm curious how you went about directing children. If you have like any advice on how to go about
Yeah.
it.
Well, I think the one thing that really sticks out to me is that Werner Herzog has this famous quote where he says, "There's no such thing as child actors, they're just children." So when I was casting, I realized, I'm not gonna go look for the next Macaulay Culkin. I need these kids to really be who they are.
Hmm.
So we found Dustin is the kid is Miles in Vancouver, and Kevin is played by Liam in Ottawa. And I just knew that bringing these two together, they'd be like friends immediately. And I really treated them like children. Like I'm not, when we're on set, I know that we have three takes because after the sugar, they're crashing. So
Yeah.
after the Mountain Dew and the gummy worms, like you're done. So you have three takes with the kids and you gotta kind of I used to joke on set that like I'm not that much older than they are. And to kind of create that feeling where it almost feels like a summer camp for them. You can't make them feel like they're working because then everything becomes like stilted and like unfun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially like
Um,
they were so excited to say bad words too.
right, yeah. You could kind of like sense that in watching it. I'm like, oh, they delivered the hell out of that line.
They couldn't wait.
I wanted to ask a little bit. Part of what really drew me to this, and part of I think why I kind of lean forward a bit just the fact that it's about electronic music, which is something that
Yep.
I just don't see enough of in films. I feel like it's an often misunderstood genre. You know, like
Yeah.
people when they hear like electronic music, they think like EDM and like all this certain expectations.
Yeah.
And yours is, I mean, it's I would say it's like ambient electronic music, and
Yeah.
I think the not only like it's a relatively like unpopular genre, but like the act of like making it feels like such an untapped thing. And
Yes.
I love that you made a movie about someone who would choose to do this, and like where what the appeal of the genre is to begin with. I'm curious, I guess, what your experience is with the music. What
Yeah.
inspired you to make a movie with this in
Sure.
it?
Sure. So first off, I think that so this artist Ethan Rose who did the music for me, I discovered him in high school. He did the music for Gus Van Sant's film called Paranoid Park.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and so I reached out to him and I said to him, I love your work. I know this is crazy. At the time I was like 19 or 20, and I just sent him a cold email and I said, if you like this script, is there any chance you'll do it? And he said, Harley, I'll read your script, and if I am into it at all, I'll do it for like he did it for like a fraction of whatever he would ever charge like a studio or a big
Yeah.
movie. As he said he really loved the relationship between Alan and the music, and that was something that was very rare. So sort of what you're saying, because it's a very rare thing that I'm gonna ramble a little bit, but it's very rare that the idea of making art but only for yourself has never really been shown in films. It's always about like someone trying to like prove a point or do something. But to me, it was very important to show this relationship of the artist and the machine and just that relationship of what it means for him and for his healing. But at the same time, I was very inspired by Aphex Twin. There's an interview with him where he says that electronic music is the most personal type of art form because it's really just about the process and not so much about the audience. And I was very, very taken aback by that. And of course, figures like Aphex Twin were very inspiring to this journey because it's these kind of mystical characters that we kind of grew up with, where we want to know so much about them. We try and find all their interviews, and I'm sure that you could tell there's a bit of that sensibility in the film where those are the things I'm kind of attracted to. Like I know I saw you at like a Blade concert, but like that's sort of like the same vein to me is like all these very singular artists that have a very unique perspective of what art should be and how it should be. And I thought I would love to show that in a film. And of course, like I'm not sure how much you know about the gear, but I that all the gear in Alan's room is like $500,000. And I thought, okay, there's no way we're gonna get this stuff. Like, how am I gonna find it? I'm from Montreal. There's one guy in all of Montreal who lives at home and has all this stuff in his like bedroom everywhere. He just owns every piece. He's been collecting for years. I hung out with him for weeks. He hooked it up. He came up to where we were shooting. He set it up for me. So, sorry to ramble again, but it really at the core is like it's this idea of like making art only for yourself, and also that Alan was like from this place of like only making art to like make money. And I'm really interested in like these two things because like I'm sure as you know because you're an artist as well that like when you're writing that script there is a very difficult thing between this commercial aspect, which is like people are giving me money to make a movie, like it has to do well, and then at the same time like fulfilling your like creative self, which I think is like a problem that all artists encounter at least a few times in their life.
That's what I thought was so great about it is I thought obviously when you're making a movie about art, it gets you to think about like the actual art you're watching, like the film as a piece of art, which I think you directly kind of act on what you're making a movie about. Like the film is very laid back and really attentive towards the environment and like I told you before, like I love it when the camera just kind of wanders around and it really feels like it takes on a mind of its own, and it's a lot about discovery. And I mean, like you said, I feel like what's so different, why I wish I could make music is because I think, and obviously it's like easier, like grass is always greener kind of thing, but I'm like, I feel like musicians can just like hole up in an office and just kind of be in their own world. And like specifically electronic music, I feel like you get the same appeal as like a listener in making it because you can just really like it's not so detail oriented a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You get to just like kind of sit with the music, and I'm like, I wish film like there was like a way to make films like that, and I think you come very close to it just in the act of watching. This is very, I mean, it kind of puts you in a trance, which I really love.
That means a lot, and I don't know if you heard, but with the Herzog thing, I said I was always jealous of like of musicians that could just pick up a guitar and immediately like express how they're feeling, or a
Right.
painter who could just like hit a canvas. Like, how do I get to that point as a filmmaker? Because it takes years and you meeting people, then getting the crew together, and then at that point, it's like, how do you make sure that you always stay true to that original like that feeling? It's like it's almost like spiritual when you're making work, when you're writing a script or something. But how do you make that happen over time and then
Hmm.
get to the final part? You know what I mean? Like that's the hardest part.
Yeah. A
So
more a specific question I was wondering, like
yeah,
it in relation to the gear and those scenes where he's like making the music,
yeah.
um, like when you're shooting that, do you have the music playing on set or
So I had like a lot of the music that I've heard from Ethan Rose. He had this one album called Ceiling Songs where it's only three songs, but a lot I was very inspired by that album that he had made. And then he has another album, and we played some of that music in terms of just like inspiring the actor to really get into the vibe. And then Ethan basically we actually never met in person. We just did like a bunch of Zoom calls, and I really wanted him to like put Ethan Rose into Alan Sunshine. Like I didn't want him to feel like he was composing for a movie, but
Mhm.
really like what Ethan would make. And that's really like the process. I really like said like I trust you.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course with the direction of the sound, but to me like his sound is like so unique and it's very moving. And I used to joke, I was like, there's only two albums I've ever been moved by. It's Ethan Rose Ceiling Songs and Jesus by Kanye West. So yeah,
That's great.
but yeah.
I wanted to ask a little bit. I mean, on the topic of like the way you're like pitching this movie, I'm like, what was the process of getting this? Because this is your first feature, which
Yeah.
is impressive on its own, I have to say.
Thank
But
you.
like,
Yeah.
I'm very curious as a first time filmmaker, what it's
Of course.
like to get a feature off the
Yeah.
ground.
So I definitely think that like I'll just give you from the beginning, like the get-go, if I'm allowed to speak for
Please,
more like
please.
yeah. So I grew up as a child actor when I was 10 to 12 years old, and I had very supportive parents, but mo very specifically a mother who was kind of like my soccer mom. Okay, she would drive me to auditions. She became almost like my partner in all my creative endeavors. Even when I was 14, she was producing my short films that I would make for like $400 with like some friends. Like she'd drive them to the bus stop, and it became like, and I'm an only child, so my relationship with my mother became very like tight, bonded, and she saw how serious I was about making films. So as I went like 14, 15, 16, I was always making short films. And I did this short film when I was 16 that we made for $900. She helped me produce it. That ended up getting into a bunch of film festivals, and it just kept like snowballing, like with my mother like as my producer. And then I did my first short film, like I'll say like official short film when I was 17, called Joey Jumbler. And that's when I worked with Stephanie Weber Biron, who was the cinematographer on Xavier Dolan's Heartbeats and I Killed My Mother.
Yep, yep.
Also, I'd love to just like side note talk about that. I as a 17-year-old director, if there's anyone listening, is that the best thing that I learned was don't be afraid to cold email anyone you look up to. So I had cold emailed her and I said, I love your work. Is there any chance that you would do the script? And she said, Harley, let me read the script. If I like it, I'll do it. I get a call while I'm in senior year of high school, and she calls me, and I'm in middle of the class, and I leave the class. She says, "Harley, I read your script. I'd love to do the film." So always like reaching out, always like taking the initiative. So that's like a big thing that I would suggest all filmmakers do is don't be afraid to cold email. Anyways, I'm getting to your question, but I just feel like that's a
Yeah.
um, rally. And so my mom's always been working with me. And so when it came time that I had the script for Alan Sunshine, she's like, Harley, like if you're really serious about doing this, we got to get another producer. So we ended up meeting a lot of people, and we met this producer named Laurent Allaire. So because I'm from Montreal, we have, tax credits, there's government funding, telefilm, there's programs. It's not like America. So we needed someone that like really understood all of that, which Laurent is like a brilliant genius. Like if ever you're making a movie in Canada, would love to introduce you to
Did
him.
you
He's
cold call him? Like, how was the
Yes,
meeting
cold email.
process there?
So my mom met him through another person named Michael Solomon, who happens to be also a Canadian producer. It really is, of course, like a lot about like the industry is so much about connecting with people
Yeah.
and having relationships. And so we met Laurent that way, and they clicked like immediately. And Laurent knew everything that my mom, her name is Chantal, didn't know. And then what's funny is that Chantal, my mom, also edited the film, and she was my first assistant director on the film.
Wow.
So it became this thing where it's like we were always very tight working together, but we never knew like to what extent. And on this film, it really showed that like okay, you're not going to be able to make a feature film at 22 unless you have people that really love you, that will basically do anything for you, and that are passionate. So I had my mom as my editor, my first AD, then I had my girlfriend as my costume designer, and then I had my DPs, like one of my very good friends. And so, sort of like keeping it super small, we did it in 18 days with 18 people. So it's really just about like believing and almost being like delusional and having a lot of faith, but also like having a lot of confidence. I think that's really the key. So to get to your point, it did take I think like 3.5 years to really get off the ground, make sure that all the Canadian stuff was, right. And also just to let you know that at NYU, I met some amazing students that happened to have a lot of liquid cash that wanted to be involved in movies. So if you do see at the end of my film, there's a ton of executive producers. I'm sure you know because you do fundraising too, but there are people that if they see someone really passionate, they're willing to go that way. And the film was made for under 400,000 US dollars, so it's still very small, like small scope in terms of, feature film and
Yeah.
yeah. So I hope I answered that, but I just kind of want to go from the beginning to the
No, I'm so glad you did because I feel like so often when people ask like how something got made, so many steps get skipped, and I'm
yeah.
like, I've always
And
been so interested in like I know there's like a million different ways to do it now, so it's just
yeah. And then if you want me to just add a little bit more just so that like I guess how it got to Werner Herzog in the end could
right.
be interesting. If you'd like to know that, I don't know if
Absolutely, yes. That's yeah.
sorry. So after the film was done, I got into this lab, which is called First Cut Lab,
Okay.
and it's an amazing program where it's like they basically pair you up with like industry professionals. So on my board there was like a can programmer from Fortnite, and there was sales agent, the whole shebang. They watch your movie, they give you a bunch of notes, whatever. Long story short, then we went to Karlovy Vary. Have you heard of that film festival in the
Uh
Czech Republic?
no.
Okay, so it's like the Cannes of Eastern Europe. It's called
Okay.
Karlovy Vary, and we showed the film there, and we won Best Works in Progress. So you like show that you pitch the movie, and then they give you like a cash prize and all that. So that helps with with everything. Then we get invited to world premiere at the Munich Film Festival, and then in Munich, Werner Herzog's brother ends up coming to my screening. I cold email him. I'm like, you gotta come see it. You're in Austria. He comes to see the film, and 2 days later, he says, Harley, you're gonna receive an email from my brother from what I cannot tell you. And then, like 2 days later, in my junk mail, there was an email from Werner Herzog. But
That's
that was basically,
amazing.
yeah, the whole. I kind of just gave you more info than you asked for.
No, yeah, that's incredible. That must have felt surreal. I'm wondering like how. Lastly, I promise I'll stop asking about like the process of the arc of
No, no,
this
please.
film, but like
I no, this is the great stuff, and I really love like for young people to know like you can do it. You just have to really be like almost like crazy enough to really believe in yourself so much that like I had like horse blinders on for like
yeah,
5 years, you know?
it's
You kind of have to.
it's funny that that's a piece of advice. Two things that you said I've heard a few times by a lot of filmmakers I love, and that's like you have to be like delusional and very
Yeah.
determined and just kind of like put your head down and like push through.
Yeah.
And then the cold emailing truly is like something, and I've been doing it more in the last year, and it was especially helpful in getting this short off the ground. It's like just like even if you're like there's no way this person's gonna respond, it's like just do it, man. Just
Dude, I 100% couldn't agree more. Just so that you know, I did all my PR myself as well, and that's all cold emailing. So getting The Guardian to review my film was me cold emailing for 6 months straight. So like anything is really possible.
damn.
Gotta, you gotta just be relentless and like have the craziest perseverance. Like especially if someone doesn't answer you the first time, like don't be afraid to like follow up, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna ask like what that was kind of leads into what I was gonna ask is like the distribution now and like getting the film
Yeah.
out there. I'm curious what your experience has been like there, and if it's
Yeah.
been very hands on. Because I mean,
It's been so hard, but so beautiful because I have been doing it all myself. I basically was able to, like with cold emailing and just hardcore, like getting the film out with the award, great reviews. We showed at the Lincoln Center in New York. We showed at the Angelica for 2 nights, sold out. Roxy. Then because of that, the Roxy Cinema invited us to screen in New York, and then in Miami, we got a week theatrical from the Coral Gables Theater, and because of that week theatrical, every other theater that saw that started writing to me. So it was like a snowball effect. And then we did Toronto, and then we did Saskatchewan, and then we did Paris, and then we did well then there was a festival that I showed in Siberia, Russia. But basically this like beautiful snowball. And yeah, I mean we showed in London and Germany, basically all over the world, but self-distribution. And it's on Apple TV and Amazon now. And I mean, I wish that I could have got it onto like a Netflix or like a movie, but I think that baby steps right now.
yeah,
But it's been very challenging, but also it's beautiful that I've kind of understood like the ins and outs now of like everything.
definitely, definitely. I
Yeah.
I would imagine. Are you working on anything next? Like, is that something you
Yeah.
is that
So
something you think
because
of during a film? Like, were you like thinking of the next project, or were you so deep in this one that
Oh no, no, it's just like so much work. It's like that's all you're thinking about. But then after, like in the editing, like once you're done picture lock, you like start to, feel like writing again. And because of this award, because of the award in the film, I was able, like, I got signed to an agency, a manager, like a publicist now. So like everything has been like a lot like more I don't want to say easy, but like there's a lot of doors have opened now,
Mhm.
and I've had meetings, with people that I've looked up to my whole life, and I think that's a really beautiful thing. But I think it just shows like the perseverance of like you just can't stop, because at one point I thought about like giving up. I was like, I mean, what the rejections are like, especially with like festivals and like I was really overwhelmed at one point, and I think, you just gotta have faith that like something beautiful will happen, and like if you really believe in what you've made, that the audience will be found, you
Hmm.
know? So yeah. Sorry, I kind of yeah.
No, no. I think that's also important to note, and I'm not. This isn't to say that like your film didn't have a lot of success because clearly it did, but like I think a lot of people get very. I know I have in the past. Like you get very discouraged very quickly by
Yeah.
like the festival run, and
Yeah.
then I remember, if I won't say his name, but like an old professor of mine, he had a feature that got rejected from like every festival, and he showed
Yeah.
us like the graph, and it was like red the whole way down, but then he got into South by Southwest,
Yeah.
and it just kickstarted things, and then you get into like everything, so it's like it
Yeah.
really, I that was just like incredibly eye-opening to me, and I'm like,
A
if
thousand percent.
anyone's just discouraged by that, it's like
No, and also
just
just so
takes
that,
one.
anyone that's listening to that's making films and is getting rejected, know that it really is a lot of politics behind the scenes, and that
Hmm.
is something that I was really able to see firsthand. And I'm not like gonna call out specific festivals, but it's very much like, this industry is 80% like relationship. It's
Hmm.
so, if you have someone that has a friend that has a film that it helps, of course. But also just to add to what you were saying, have you seen Godland?
I actually, oh my god, I was just talking about his new film, but I haven't seen
You
Godland.
haven't seen it? Okay, so Leaner, I cold emailed him after watching Godland, and I was like, I need to speak to you. I need to just hear like your vibe. And he told me the same thing. His first feature was rejected by absolutely every single festival except for one, which was at the time Locarno. But it really just took one person to believe in him, and now he's like a huge
Yeah.
director.
Wow.
So
Damn.
yeah,
Um. Well, we'll wrap things up here in a
yeah,
second,
no, yeah, of course.
but I wanted to ask. I mean, do you have any advice for any? I mean, I know we've been kind of doing advice this whole time, but I'm like, for anyone that's like just doing shorts right now. I mean,
Yeah, honestly, it's like be relentless, find a really good team. Don't care about like people that like look more talented. If you don't vibe with them, it's all about vibe, it's all about energy, like, and not to sound like new age, but it really is about like your relationship with these people on set will really affect like the direct outcome. So really work with people you love, and don't get so caught up in like the optics of everything, and
yeah,
like stay true to yourself.
that's I second that. I feel like the
You have a good team on
relationships.
your film?
Sorry.
You have a good team ready for your film?
Well, like I've in the past, like I kind of keep to a certain group for things. Like my girlfriend and I edit together,
Oh,
and
sick.
it's a similar situation where my best friend shoots like all my shit as my DP.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's kind of how I like it, because we're all kind of growing together, and each
Yeah.
learn from the projects, and um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's that is just something you learn along the way. Is it's like if you're working with people who you consider friends, it just makes the process a lot cozier, and you feel safer to like experiment and try some shit out.
Did you shoot yet, or
Yeah,
you're
yeah, we're in post now, so
oh,
it's
nice. How's it going?
it's going well. It's we're picture locked, and I'm just anxious to get the sound done. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, that's
I'll
great.
send you a cut as soon as I can.
No, please, I'd love to watch it.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah. No, and also thank you again for having me. Like again, like I really, really appreciate it. Just getting the word out in like every avenue that I can. And if anyone's watching, please like check out Alan Sunshine. Would love to know what you guys think.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. But
Okay, great.
thank you so
Yeah,
much for taking the time.
sure. No, thank
And
you.
yeah, I'll see you soon.
Soon. All right,
All
ciao.
right.
Bye.
Peace. Okay. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to do this. Uh. We're back. We're back. Guys, that was Harley Shamandi, director of Alan Sunshine, which is a fantastic film. If you couldn't tell, big fan of it. I don't just have anybody on this show. In fact, I didn't even bring that up to him. I was like, you're the first guest we've had on this show. So, yeah, really, really highly recommend it. Good watch and very short. For fans of short run times, you can crank that one out. Well, I'm gonna have some beef stick. But yes, the title is in the title of the stream, if you're curious. Didn't say love you. I forgot to say love you. Oh, he eaten. The dryer did not come. I need you to understand. I almost asked him to push back the interview a week because of this stupid dryer situation, and I was having nightmares in my head about the dryer showing up and the guy like knocking on my door, and I'm in the middle of the interview, and I was like, that would be a disaster. And it turns out, I bet the dryer, knowing how this, never mind. I'm not gonna rant. I bet it doesn't even fucking show up today. Is what I'm going to say. Is Joppenheimer good? Yeah. What are you talking about? Get a ring or whatever? I'm not doing all that. Does anyone know where to watch Alan Sunshine? I think you can rent it on Apple TV. Like if you want to, support the filmmakers. This is an indie-ass indie, so... John Oppenheimer, I meant? Yes, he's good. Why, is he doing weird stuff? Okay, we're back. Guys, the rest of this stream... well, first of all, I think it's time to decide on next week's movie. I was going to do this earlier, but it turns out Kramer beat out Kramer. He's being good, okay. We're going to decide on next week's movie. I have my 4 picked, but I want to give chat a chance to suggest some. This is not a guarantee that I'm going to go with any of these, but if chat has a better idea for next week's movie, drop it in the chat. All the President's Men is locked in as an option. Listen, man, I got dogged on for choosing Leon last week, so I'm not going to put it in there. I still don't... I haven't really looked up what the controversy is because I haven't seen it, but everybody was like, that's a weird pick, so I'm not going to do it. All the President's Men? All the President's Men might safely get in there. Dogman, Dougal. Look Back. A Separation, God's Own Country, Perks of Being a Wallflower. Dude, I realized, I'm like, I don't even really want to watch it. I only want to pick stuff that I want to watch. Being There came out the same year as Kramer versus Kramer. It was up for a handful of Oscars. I think it won a few Oscars as well. The anime movie Look Back. Loser. What the fuck did you just call me? Look Back anime. Oh, this one. Yes. I've heard about this. Yeah, man. I'll suggest that. I'll suggest Look Back. That's a fun one. And I like the being there is getting some love. Okay, so okay. Next week's movie. We're gonna go All the President's Men. And then we're gonna go Being There, and then we're gonna go Look Back, and then we're gonna go Throne of Blood by Kurosawa. That's right. We're getting a Kurosawa in there. These are what I want to watch. So I'll be happy with any of these, but we're gonna let this run while we play some Cine2Nerdle. Let me set that up real quick. I'm always setting shit up. Actually, guys, I kind of got to pee. I'm not going to lie. So I think I might do that real quick. Let me change it. So it says No, I'm gonna leave it as is. Okay, I'll be right back. We're back. We're back. Okay. Cut the music. Cut the jazz. Cut the jazz. All right. Let's play some Cine2Nerdle. And let this play out. Refresh. Come on. What are we doing? Okay. I'm going to bring this up a bit. Okay, and I think we're good. I promise you will love being there. I bet I will. I bet I'll love all of these movies, but it's whoever wins. Listen, I want to say All the President's Men has it in the bag, but we thought it had it in the bag last week too. Dude, let's play the Burgle. It's been a while. Do I even remember how to play this? Oh yeah, a movie that has all of these things: artificial intelligence, extinct, government, Los Angeles, memory, pregnant, unconscious, undercover, village. Undercover in Los Angeles, artificial intelligence. Okay, so I'm seeing artificial intelligence, government, undercover, unconscious. I'm going to go with Dead Reckoning, Part 1. That did pretty well. That's not too bad. Unconscious. Extinct. Pregnant. Extinct and pregnant. 28, no. Pregnant. Juno. Pregnant in Los Angeles. I'll do Collateral. 2 Tom Cruise movies. What? Oh, Memory. Minority Report. There we go. Extinct and Undercover. Damn, big Tom Cruise day. Extinct. What is it? So maybe they're trying to tell us something. What's another Tom Cruise movie where they're extinct and undercover? Well, he's undercover in in Fallout. That guy is undercover. And then extinct. I mean, we'll just do Jurassic Park, right? Oh, what? Extinct. Extinct. Oh God, what the fuck? Dinosaurs? That one movie just called Dinosaurs? Come on, man. What the fuck? The Good Dinosaur? No. Wall-E? Because, like, he thinks they're alone? I'm gonna crash out. Oh my God. The creator? This is gonna fucking drive me insane. Oh, man. Come on. Shit. Oh, man. The creator? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Let's do the original. Protagonist opens a club/lounge. Brian De Palma directs. Emma Stone stars. Protagonist rides a tricycle. Corruption prevails. Damien Chazelle directs. Well, Damien Chazelle directs. Emma Stone stars. Stanley Kubrick directs. John Travolta stars. Incestuous Relations. Park Chan-wook directs. Well, those two go together. Protagonist is a sound engineer. Jack Nicholson stars. Inspires a remake directed by Spike Lee. Red Rum. Los Angeles. Protagonist seeks revenge. Okay. So, incestuous relationships. Protagonist seeks revenge. And protagonist rides a tricycle. Opens a club/lounge. Or inspires a remake directed by Spike Lee. There we go. Got it. We got in there. Incestuous Relations. Jack Nicholson stars. Corruption prevails. Stanley Kubrick directs. What? Emma Stone stars. Protagonist. Okay, Los Angeles. And then... Right. Okay, so I need to switch some things around. And then Damien Chazelle directs. And then these two switch around. And then Jack Nicholson stars. Incestuous Relations. Corruption prevails. And Los Angeles. That was easy. Do you guys even know what happened just now? I feel like that was just incoherent. Okay, cool. Great. We'll do the reversal now. Adaptation, Little Big League. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Kid? I thought it was Kids. The Hangover, Angels in the Outfield, Life of Pi, for the love of the game. Something's off. The BFG, The Parent Trap, The Fan, Aladdin, Legion, Jack the Giant Slayer, Dogma, Wings of Desire, Sinners. Aladdin 2019. This one's not going to go well. Well, The Parent Trap, Sinners. I'm talking twins. Adaptation. Oh. Dogma, Angels in the Outfield, Wings of Desire. I don't know what this would be, to be honest. But adaptation of The Parent Trap, Sinners. I haven't seen The Fan. I haven't seen... Oh, does Life of Pi have twins? No. For Love of the Game, I don't even know what that is. Legion, right? That's got... Okay, well, that's this. Angels, okay. The BFG, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Oh, man. What? Little Big League. I wish I knew what these movies were. That would really help. Adaptation, Parent Trap, Sinners. Damn, man. Oh? I guess I did that on accident, but I guess that exposed. Okay. And then, And then we have Aladdin. Oh, this is going to get bad. Aladdin, The Hangover, Life of Pi, Aladdin, and I guess for the... Okay, and then... Because that's tigers. And then there's giants. And then we have... I don't know, man. Now I'm stuck. I'm just going to toss some shit around, okay? Angels in the Outfield, The Fan, For Love of the Game, The Baseball Team. Okay. I guess that worked, man. Baseball, baby. America's pastime. Look at chat. Who cares? What are you talking about? No one cares about the reversal anymore. Oh, you're telling me to look at chat to cheat. No, man, I care about the game too much. Look at chat, it's look back time. Look back is not, no, it's not even. Throne of Blood is beating it, man. Which Being There are we watching? We're not, well, so far we're not even watching Being There. Being There is not getting picked. It's probably going to be All the President's Men, and we love that. Okay, let's play some battle. Let's just check on our equipped battle kit. Dude, I'm so mad because in doing my fucking Best Picture video, I've really like honed in on Best Picture winners, specifically from this last decade, and now they've taken that away from me. That was going to be my thing. Assemble the team, find Nemo. Play 3 Pixar films to win. You are banned from using John Ratzenberger as a link. Okay, wait a second. Okay, we got a few ways to get in there. Samuel L. Jackson for The Incredibles. Or, what's her name? Holly Hunter. Or Albert Brooks. Or... Let's just think. Oh, Tom Hanks, obviously. What other Pixar movies are there? Monsters, Inc. Oh, what's his name? That guy. John Goodman? And then, obviously... Bill? What's his name? Bill. I forget who plays Mike. Billy Crystal. I was like, it's Bill something. And then fucking Steve Buscemi. Okay. That's Finding Nemo. Wall-E, forget about it. Ratatouille, Patton Oswalt, that doesn't really help us. But there's that French guy in Ratatouille. What else? I'm just running through the list here. Soul, I guess. Soul, you can get there via challengers with Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. What's Kevin Spacey in? The People Yearn for Battle Royale. Let me warm up a little bit, man. Let me just warm up. I'm gonna go with Finding Nemo though, and cook some people real quick. Let's do it. We need to get our rank up here. It's been taking longer and longer to find an opponent here, man. People do not be playing this game anymore. Spacey's in A Bug's Life. Okay. Owen Wilson in Cars. Paul Newman in Cars. Okay, we're officially there. Okay, Wisebeard. We got the 13th Warrior. Antonio Banderas. That's kind of the only person I recognize here. I'm gonna throw you. I'm gonna play The Skin I Live In. Crazy movie. Not enough people talking about this movie. Chris Pratt in Onward. Good to know. Okay, we're done. That's enough cheating. Desperado. I guess we're stuck. But why do I want to say this is that guy? I guess he is in. I didn't think this would be that much of a. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh my God, we were right there with Steve. Puss in Boots, though. Why do I want to say Toy Story 4? No. Puss in Boots. I'm gonna throw you back to Spy Kids 2. I'm gonna block you because you're just gonna play another Shrek film. Yeah. Fuck you. El Mariachi. From Dusk Till Dawn. Not a great pick. I should have picked like Alita Battle Angel. Yeah, I couldn't see a way to Pixar via Almodovar, I'll be honest. Gravity, George Clooney. Honestly, let's just throw you deep into the shit. I know where I'm going with this. We all know where I'm going with this. You're probably going to play it first, though. Uh-huh. Get fucked. Oh, don't skip on me, though. That's all I ask. Oh, no. Fucking hell. Shit. Maybe this? Nope. Maybe this? Nope. Maybe... Oh, shit. Who shot this movie? Oh, I can't do it. Damn it, man. I tasted my own medicine with that one. The Surfer. Interesting. Nicolas Cage. Yeah. No, the color out of space. Not. Come on. If you even think about playing what I think you're going to play. Being in a Nick Cage kill shot is terrible for me. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Just escape. Never write checks you can't cash. Ain't that the truth? Gotta learn that one the hard way sometimes. Bend it like Beckham. Bend it like Beckham. Close. Well, fantasy is like Star Wars. Do I want to be in Keira Knightley territory? December, maybe? Why did I forgot who Keira Knightley was! I fucking... got her mixed up with Natalie Portman, man. Shit. Oh. Yeah, that was tough. Emma. Anya Taylor-Joy was in Super Mario Brothers, but there's got to be we'll do Last Night in Soho. Feels like a safe place to be. Kind of get my ass kicked, I'm not gonna lie, by Wisebeard. The Northman, Anya Taylor-Joy kill shot opportunity, or Willem Dafoe in Finding Nemo, motherfucker. Hit you with the block. Seal the deal. I'm a little fucked. They need one win, I need two, and I'm out of blocks. But I have one escape, which I can use as a block. I just need to play this very carefully. Albert Brooks. We've used... Oh, motherfucker, are you dumb? Oh! I guess I can't do anything with... Yeah. Well, that sucks. Marriage Story. No. Broadcast News, maybe? I don't feel good about that. I should have done the Willem Dafoe kills. What the fuck was I thinking? No, he has a skip, though. He would have fucked me. I'm playing a good game here. I'm playing good. Nothing beats Weezer. It's true. I missed out on Weezer at Lollapalooza because I went to see Blade instead. I don't regret it at all. Oh, you couldn't do it? You couldn't do it? Okay. Welcome to Altered States, bitch. They're going to skip on this, and I'm trying to think real hard now if I can get out of this. I think I can. Okay, that worked. William Hurt. Was he in The Devils? Nope. Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War has got to have a Pixar actor in it. Sane Chronic. That's supposed to be your third strike, Anthony Mackie, but kind of wasted it. I'm staying away from fantasy, though. I think I'm okay where I am. Yeah, I think I'm okay. Playing a careful game here. Anthony Mackie, third strike. Do we do it? 8 Mile? I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to rush you just because I can. LA Confidential. Kevin Spacey, A Bug's Life. Oh, man. The only issue here is, like, they can probably play a fantasy off this. But we're in a good spot, I think. I just wish I didn't let them get this far with the fantasy. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey kill shot. Billionaire Boys Club. No, because he can play American Beauty. Don't love that. I'm not going to lie. Don't love that. Did we get there? Oh my God, I thought we got there for a second. John Cho. Anna Faris. John Krasinski. Election. No. Who else is in this? John Cho. Smiley face. Smiley face. If. Oh, fuck, man. That was. Hey, man, for a rusty, start, we kind of came back a little bit. It was beginning to look like a masterclass in Cine2Nerdle comebacks. But we definitely got to run it back again. We need to get a win. Oof. That was close, though. That was close. We're just warming up. We're just warming up. Mendo Menace. Battlefield Earth. They need, again, fantasy. I need to find Nemo. Masterclass, sure. It was a masterclass. Okay. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Riz Ahmed or Tony Gilroy. Felicity Jones, Diego Luna, Greg Fraser, Gareth Edwards, Mad Mikkelsen. I like I like to be in Ghost Dog. I'm trying to. So okay, yeah, I got to pay more attention to their win condition, which is fantasy, and I need to stay away from fantasy, and they're not going to get there via Jarmusch. Master Ass. Damn. Kind of cooked me with that one. Zombieland. We got Woody. Jesse Eisenberg in Night Moves. Night. Oh! Night Moves. Has he been in any fantasy? Jesse Eisenberg? The Village. Jesse Eisenberg kill shot. It's gonna have to be what's the Joachim Trier? I mean, A Real Pain is kind of tough to get out of, unless you know you're Kieran Culkin. He was in a Joachim Trier movie. Louder Than Bombs. Oh my god. That would have been elite. Home Alone, that's right, he is in Home Alone. But Joe Pesci or Kieran Culkin. I'm not done with Kieran Culkin. Home Alone 2? Didn't see that one coming. Joe Pesci. We need to get where we need to go here. Joe Pesci, Vinny. Goodfellas. Joe Pesci kill shot. I wish I knew one. But wait, Goodfellas. I know you're not going to get there. You're not going to find fantasy here. I'm not playing Rivers Cuomo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fuck it, Spanglish. Hold up. Think this one through. No, yeah, Spanglish. Feel good about that. There was an Incredibles out from Goodfellas. Little Nicky. Adam Sandler. Spaceman. They do have a skip. So I might want to not play Spaceman. Or I could just exhaust their skip while I have... I'm going to try a few things here, but I doubt I'm going to... Let's just look at the... Okay. I'm glad I checked the cast, actually. Okay, Isabella Rossellini, or Paul Dano, or Carey Mulligan. Paul Dano, just go Wildlife. And then block it, because I don't know where you're going to go with this. Little Miss Sunshine. Paul Dano, Third Strike. Paul Dano, Third Strike. It could be so many things. No, that's huge. Paul Dano, Paul Dano. It's the only thing I could think of. No, the Batman, I feel like, drifts into fantasy. The Wild Robot. Pedro Pascal. Also drifts into fantasy, I feel like. The Wild Robot, Lupita Nyong'o. I hate it because Chris Evans is there. Just brick it. We're not doing too well with the Finding Nemo thing, I'll be honest with you. Kingsman, Pedro Pascal kill shot. Here we go. He doesn't do flops. He just does hits. That's the issue. Pedro Pascal kill shot. I mean, oh no, don't do that. I just needed to escape. I kind of spiraled. Oh my god. I'm losing it. Rudy, Sean Astin, Goonies. The Goonies. Okay. Do you guys know that oh, what was I thinking? Okay. Come on, bro. There's got to be like one Pixar actor in here. There's got to be one single Pixar actor, but all I can think of is fucking History of Violence. And then brick that. Get the fuck out of Lord of the Rings. Sometimes the silence is kind of nice, isn't it? Oh, yeah. A History of Violence, and we just added to it with that one. With that absolute murder. Not really. Oh, man. Let's get back in there. Oh, actually, no, let's do it. You're right. We're going to do a battle royale because everybody, Pookie69 Iceman, everybody wants it. We're going to create a battle royale arena. I know I talked about like setting this up in the Discord, and I'm forgetting like what we decided on for setting it up, because we have the Discord, by the way, which is in the description if you want to join. We were going to do a tournament, but I don't really know how the tournament works. So I'm not going to like set that up here. He could have played Lord of the Rings again, yes, but I bricked him, and he wasn't familiar with Vigo outside of Lord of the Rings, which is an amateur move. Anyway, we're just going to do our typical Battle Royale thing. We're going to add, we'll keep it to 10 as I'm like, and we're going to drop it down to 15 seconds. I might be washed. Okay, I don't know how long it's going to take for this to load up. It might take a second. Wait, what just happened? Okay, it started. Washed. So fucking washed. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Too much wash. Too much wash. Oh my god, I'm washed. Oh my god, please. Okay, we're good. I'm going to start us with Color of Money, and we're going to get in there. Everybody just has to select already. Oh, I needed to. Okay, let's do it. The Color of Money. Super cocktail. Have you guys heard that Super Idol song? I'm kind of late to the party on it, but it's been showing up on my feed. My shit got picked. Me and Vicky on the same wavelength with that one. For the Wheeze. What is your favorite Weezer song, Squid? I'm currently in Best Buy. Tell him I said hello. Bound. What's that one? What was she in? Well, I'm going to play this because I just watched it. Oh, what? I love Weezer. They're my favorite band. Volume muted. Speed Racer. Speed Racer. Good Monkey Mondays movie. I'm going to hit you, though, with... What? Cloverfield Lane? I should stop talking because you guys can play. Karsten, what do you think of ants on a log? I don't know what that is, but the concept of it is like kind of unsettling. Matrix. Well, okay. Either In the Garage or Falling for You. I don't even know if I've heard those ones. You're a real fan, I guess. Super Idol. Because I just watched that. Karsten, do you plan on seeing Caught Stealing? Absolutely. And it's one where I really don't know if it's going to be the best thing in the world or the worst thing in the world. I'm worried, to put it simply. I love Darren Aronofsky. He hits it out of the park most of the time. But ever since he participated in the Vegas Sphere, I'm like, oh, billionaire. Boys Club. Oh my God, I almost didn't make it. This is what happens when I talk. Cinderella. I am going to do another battle royale after this. The Iron Claw. Dude. I couldn't think of anything. That was pathetic. What was I doing? This is not going to end well. I got to lock in a little bit. I can't think and... Lock in, please, Mr. Karsten. Thank you. I haven't seen Matt Smith outside of Morbius. He was in Last Night in Soho. And I think wasn't he in like a Mission Impossible or James Bond? Zac Efron. He wasn't in this. No. This isn't going to end well for anybody. Not for a single person. I'm in deep shit right now. I'm in deep shit. Milky Steaks. Way to go. You're going to knock all of us out with this one. What do you want me to do with this, man? VH no? It's over, bro. Is anyone else going to survive this? Did you just wipe out the whole thing? What? I'm the only one that got kicked? How do you guys know about these people? Who are these people? I don't know who these people are. I don't even know who Jake Head is. You should retire? Probably, man. I should really hang in the towel. Oh my god, dog. I guess I haven't. We're in territory that I'm not equipped to enter. I'm out. We'll start a new one. I just wanted to let everybody else have a chance to play, so. Daily random. Oh wait, this is battle. We'll make it 12. We'll make it 12. Do you plan to see Begonia? Absolutely. Washed. So washed. Washed. Please, thank you. All right, we're back. We're actually back. You should try the Rivers Cuomo strat. I don't know a single movie he's been in. Karsten, have you come around on Chungking Express? I haven't rewatched it, but I'm like 99% sure I will, yeah. Nightcrawler. Okay. Nightcrawler. We'll do a little Velvet Buzzsaw action. Top 3 most anticipated right now the rest of the year. Probably Smashing Machine. I'm really excited for Surratt and No Other Choice. Actually, I'll replace Surratt with Masterminds. Oh, and then there's Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. We'll replace No Other Choice. Skip it. I I wasn't even looking at the movie. Okay. What are we doing, man? Why do you guys do this to me? I don't know. It worked. It actually fucking worked. I hate this game. And one battle after another. There's a lot to look forward to. Shit. But, like, those are my, like, Smashing Machine, Father, Mother, Sister, Brother, and Masterminds are kind of the ones that I'm like, those will be my big ones. I kind of want to take care of chat real quick. I'm not going to over prioritize this guy. What about him? Him looks interesting. Jay Kelly as well. Shit, man, I keep forgetting. 1900 with Robert De Niro. Rob De Niro. Smashing Machine looks bad. I just don't know what planet you guys are on with that one. I think it looks fantastic. It looks so good. Damn, really kicked off with the what would have been the Ennio Morricone kill shot, but all right. I can't wait for Surratt. I'm so mad I missed it at Cannes. A Fistful of Dollars. I mean, Karsten, I'd like to hear your thoughts on Wicked for Good. I'm feeling really validated that I wasn't so hot on the first Wicked, just in how it looks like this next one's going to pan out. It looks pretty bad. Not that that's, says anything about the first one. It's a separate thing, but I'm like, come on. It just doesn't look very good. I'm kind of stretching my Sergio Leone knowledge thin here. I'm losing sight. Good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, we've made it out. I fear for my life, though. I think we're gonna... Oh, I could have played something much better than this. I don't want to know what real good Boston's gonna play here. The lineup. Uh-oh. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. I could have, vomited out some ideas, but I don't recognize anybody. I don't know ball like that. Thank you, man. Thank you for getting us out of there. Eli Wallach. Or we just don't do that. We're staying alive. Karsten, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the new Naked Gun. I'm going to start that over. Karsten, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the new Naked Gun. I saw you gave it a high rating on Letterboxd. Yes, I thought it was fantastic. It was the hardest I've laughed at a theater in a long time, and that I actually got tired of laughing after a while. It was so funny. Like it hurt my face to laugh. And not everything's funny, but it's got one of those like magical comedy moments where everything else is so funny that even like the mediocre jokes, just because I'm already like kind of warmed up, I'll laugh along, And that's a great feeling. We're doing all right. Is it true? Are Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson actually dating? Because I saw them on the news and I was like, they're definitely fucking in some sort. Like, they're doing something behind the scenes. Andy Samberg. I'm gonna hit him with Lee. And then I want to see if something works here. Oh, wait. No, we're going to do Trainwreck. I feel like Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie is equally funny. That's what I've been hearing. I heard it's like a really good time. Speaking of a really good time, just played a really good time. Bro, I don't know what the Rivers Cuomo strat is. You can't keep saying, I don't know what that is, man. I would love to know. Bridesmaids. No. What's it called? Heat? The Heat? Do you have any advice for someone deciding whether or not to go to film school? I'm considering a film production degree. It depends. Are you serious about this shit? Like, do you really want to do this? Because then, of course. And do you come from a place where there's not much of a film scene? Is there no foundation that you can hop into without film school? Because in that case, if you really want to pursue film, you want to be in the film industry, where there is more work than people make it seem, and you are in a place where you know nobody, you don't even know where to start, then by all means, go into it. Yeah. But London definitely does have a film scene. Yeah, you should do it. I feel like being in London, um, they got good schools out there. Is the thing. They got a real solid. They support it more than we do here. So I would say go for it. Absolutely, I support it. It really depends. And there's a type of person that really shouldn't go to film school, but the way you talk about it, I'm like, yeah, no, you should do it. First battle royale just ended. Damn, came out sweating. Basic Instinct. I gotta start thinking. You really do. You really gotta want it. It's one thing I've learned is like you really gotta want. Oh, what the hell is this? Okay, just got in there. Just barely snuck in there. Damn. This is gonna end so poorly, man. Oh, this is how I get out. This is how I get out. Ah, thank you. It's not too hard to get out of, I know, but if you third strike Chan and then end up in like Police Story 3, like I don't know the cast of those movies, man. It wasn't that this was hard to get out of, it was that we could go in a bad direction. But we've officially made it out. Karsten, do a video on every worst picture Razzie winner. Wait, that's a great idea, actually. I can't do that right now because it'll give me Googling Gary accusations, but I'm gonna just kind of gently prioritize what I put down. Michelle Yeoh is in Police Story 3. Okay, that's good to know. I haven't even seen it. What are your thoughts on the popcorn bucket craze? I honestly am in support of it. Like, sure, it's a little tacky, but also they're fun. Like, and if it's getting people to go, if they're getting like excited to go to the theater, then who am I to say? I've seen some really creative ones, and I'm like a fan of like maybe it's like bad for the environment, but like I'm a fan of like physical things. I'm a fan of just trash that you're gonna have around the house. Uh oh. Well, this is going to be interesting for a lot of people. You really did this to us, huh? I guess. I think this might be my end. Third place. Damn, you just killed yourself. Dude, I wasn't thinking. I was like, what's a so to give you a post interview. I was like, damn, that knocked out everybody. They went off a skip. That's crazy. Well, so what I was going to do was, instead, I should have put the balconets instead of my water lilies. Because if I had played the balconets, I would be able to connect Celine Sciamma because she wrote it. But then you would open up Noemi Merlant. And then with Noemi Merlant, you can get out of there and end up in Tar. And we'd still be playing right now. But instead, I went with water lilies, which killed the game. Let's play another one. Damn, that sucks. That was going pretty well too. That was going all right. Yeah, the post interview. Yeah, so what happened out there is, I played water lilies when you get the gist. Hey, Karsten just got back from a trip to Chicago. Had a great time. Hey, Karsten just got back from a trip to Chicago. Had a great time. Is an awesome city. Hopefully going to college here. That's what we like to hear. It's a fantastic city. It's one of the best cities. We're not washed at all. I beat the washed allegations. Great bit, man. What are you talking about? The post-interview bit? Washed? Like extremely? Are you kidding me? It took like a second. It took a second. Megalon addict? We need you to ready up. Delusion. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. The only delusion that's happening is in this chat right now. Definitely washed. Who's washed now? Pours water all over my laptop. Increase the number of players. We're at the peak. I can only do 12 players. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I'm washed, so like you can probably find space, but yeah, speaking of dry, still no dryer. I was honestly, well, now that the interview's over, I was like, it'd be funny if it interrupted the actual stream. Thank you for extending, whoever. Oh! Why'd I do that? Just, dude. Lock in. Playing like a damn fool right now. I got my Mickey Rooney mixed up with Mickey Rourke. Do you think Dougal is due for a rewatch? No, man. We joke. We'll never watch that movie. We'll never watch that movie for this stream. I hate to break it to you. The hateration in the chat right now. Tell me about it. Nate. Ooh, charade. Ooh, you just opened up a fun can of worms. Karsten, what are your thoughts on Fire and Ash? I'm very neutral on it. Like, I wasn't really that hot. I mean, I don't care, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't dislike the Avatar films. I was just like, whatever about the sequel. And then I ended up enjoying the sequel. And that's kind of where I'm at now, is I'm like, I don't really care. But I'll probably go see it and I'll probably have a good time. Finale stream, Dougal. Yeah, when we retire. Go out with a bang. Oh, Karsten, what are your thoughts on Crash 2005? It's so much worse than you think it's going to be. It really is it's a terrible movie. It's really quite bad. I'm gonna play some crazy shit off this. Yeah, yeah, really didn't like that movie. It's the kind where usually it takes some warming up to before you start kind of like laughing at a movie. Keyword at. But this one I was like okay, we want to do this. I like 10 minutes in, I was like laughing at the dialogue. I was like, what exactly are we doing here? This is insane. It felt like, oh my God. I mean, it's not surprising. It's a kind of script that like you hear rumors about and like you hear like from people that are like, have you read this script? Like, have you heard of this script? And you're like, yeah, that sounds awful. But like they actually made it that time. And panicked. I didn't realize that The Princess Bride was the one we were going off of. I'm out! I fucking... This is what you get for making me talk about Crash. Oh. I'm winning this one. I'm going to win this one. What's the opposite of goat? I don't know, but it's somewhere near washed, clearly. Oh my God. It's because I don't have the goat in the background. Are theater dates a good idea? I've talked about this before. They're not. Well, they're not good first dates. But yeah, after the first date, for sure. Just get to know each other a bit. Get to know each other a bit before you go to church. Favorite Beatle and why? I feel like George Harrison has become a lazy answer. But I like him a lot. He's got the best vibe. Oh, I gotta start the game. I do got love for Paul. I grew up in a household that shat on Paul. My mom did not vibe with Paul. And I kind of was the type that I globbed onto a lot of my mom's opinions and was like, well, if my mom thinks that, then I think that. And it took me a long time to grow out of that. But honestly, Paul is kind of... I grew up a big John fan, and John's solo work is, you know, he's got some real good solo projects. But I gotta lock in. I also do fuck with Ringo, man. Octopus Garden is so good. I don't want to end up back where we just were, dude. What's a Matthew Perry movie? Why can't I think of any Matthew Perry movies? They're giving us some time. Okay, I got one. Ooh, this is a fun question. Karsten, what would you describe as your 4 movies for the 4 seasons? Ooh. Well, dude, I hate you. I hate whoever did this, but at least I know where to go. Fuck you, Milky Steaks. You're my enemy in this game. Oh my God. Well, Fantastic Mr. Fox is obviously fall. That is peak fall. Let's answer later. I hate this so much, bro. I hate this so much. Winter? It's so cliche to say a Charlie Brown Christmas. But that's like what the sound of winter is to me. I wish I knew a single person in this cast. But just power through, man. Just power through. Thank you, man. Thank you. What's that movie called? My Dad. I Love My Dad. Facts. Thought that was going to work. Yes, sir. Trying to think, man. Trying to think. I'm gonna knock this one out just so we don't have to deal with it. I doubt I'm gonna get picked, but in the case that we do. Okay, didn't get picked. Karsten, wait. I didn't finish the seasons question. I'm like really thinking about it. Yeah, I'm going to just, for the sake of, you know, what's this movie called? Stranded in... No, oh my God. What is the, Albert Brooks fucking, In America. There we go. Jesus Christ. So Charlie Brown for winter. And then spring. The War with Grandpa. Give that one a heart. I don't give a fuck. My mom is going to see Weapons. She texted me. She was like, I'm going to get over my fear of horror movies and go see Weapons because I love Julia Garner. And I was like, you do you, man. He's not in that. Spring. Yeah, Dougal for spring, summer, fall, and winter, probably. Off the top of my head. Spring. Oh, man, you know I don't... You knew you did this on purpose. No, we learned the hard way last time that Jackass does not connect. You're thinking of Bad Grandpa. It worked. Irreversible for spring? What the fuck is your problem? Why would you say that? No, Call Me By Your Name is kind of summer, to be honest. Coriata is so spring, you're right. Like, why is Monster kind of a spring movie? I don't know why. No, Moonrise Kingdom, it's like summer camp, you know? I see where you're going, though. Oh, what the fuck is this? What the hell is this? Who are you people? What the fuck? Oh, I hate you guys, man. I know who Isabella Merced is, but what is she in? What time of the year is your short film? Honestly, spring. Isabella Merced, that's who she is. Right. From Superman. She's in your favorite superhero blockbuster of the summer? True. Honestly, it's the only one I saw, so it is kind of my favorite blockbuster superhero film of the summer. I'm going to give this one the heart. Scooby-Doo. I'm just barely squeaking by here. Turtles all the way down. Funny. Lady Bird is well, Lady Bird is kind of that's kind of fall vibe, yeah. Fault in Our Stars. What's it called? That's what it's called. Yes, man. Little Women is more winter, actually. What's summer? Let's think about summer though. What's a good summer movie? Good summer movie, not to be a pretentious fuck, but like some Eric Romer hits especially hard in the summer. Specifically A Summer's Tale. That shit gets me going. You guys almost had me with that one. Mulholland Drive is so summer. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want to fuck myself here. I'm out of skips. It's any day now I'm getting kicked. I'm not trying to get too happy. Good one. Parasite is kind of spring for sure. All the rain. The Driver. And, folks, that's how they get you. That is how you lose the game. Who is this? That's how you lose the game, folks. I didn't know she was in that. All right. I'm done with that, at least. I'm going to go back to a normal battle. How do I get out of here? That was fun. We had a fun time. Jesus Christ. Thanks for the tutorial on how to lose. You guys are pissing me off today. You guys are making me so mad. The Discord link is expired. Let me fix that real quick. Oh, brother. Okay. Invite people. All right, new link in the description should work. Karsten, you really need to watch more Herzog. It's true, actually. It's really true. I should add Grizzly Man to next week's poll. But next year, if you guys don't behave, okay, let's go back to Let's play some classic battles here. Let's tone it down a bit. We need to win, man. We need to win. We need to win. We need to win. Anita Max win. Why are you acting like Ice Cube from War of the Worlds? I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what you're referring to. Hey, guys. It's too easy, man. You know your stuff. All right. Goat. Goat. That's my goat. Okay, Alexander, Colin Farrell, Val Kilmer. They need fantasy. Angelina Jolie, Rodrigo Prieto, Oliver Stone. We're gonna go JFK. Fuck you. It's already off to a terrible start. Oh, it's James Gunn. Shite. He's crashing out. Scooby-Doo. David Corn Sweat. Matthew Lillard. Bell. I am not Googling Casper. Who was just in Casper that I was looking up? Who was just in Casper? Who the fuck was it? It was somebody so famous and so important. It was Clint Eastwood, right? No, you can't just Google Clint Eastwood. The Mule. I think it's time to top off, to be honest. I think we have reached a point where we gotta hop off. We haven't streamed for 3 hours in a good long time. Gran Torino, Clint Eastwood, Every Which Way But Loose. Good night. Just typing in Clint Eastwood. Man. Justice League. We need to talk about Kevin. No, but for real though, we need to talk about Kevin. Tilda Swinton. Michael Clayton. Okay. Michael Clayton. Georges Clooney. Boys. No, we're not going to hit them with that quite yet, actually. We're going to hit them with Out of Sight. And then, okay, Jennifer Lopez. We're going to go Mary. She's not in a Pixar movie, right? Midnight in Paris and because you hit me with the I see. Okay. Manhattan. Midnight in Paris is a fantasy. I am gonna roast people's Letterboxd. Hold up. Hold up. Hamon? Javier Bardem? What are the odds? Nope. Javier Bardem. Penelope Cruz I want to stay away from. Javier Bardem I want to stay away from. I'm going to go Volver. Karsten, go on chicken shop date? I'd love to. This isn't gonna end well for me. Intolerable cruelty. Who else is in this? That wasn't powerful enough. That needed to be a 3-strike. Just was not powerful enough. Wolves. Who just shot this? Weapons. Would that be smart? Probably not. Brad Pitt. We'll go Weapons. We're probably going to lose. I'm just enjoying the ride for now. Boys in the Boat is my favorite Cine2Nerdle play. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Pink Flamingos. Nope, he wasn't in that one. The Squeakquel. With the Block. Can't get out. You can't get out with this one. You're stuck. Oh, this is painful to watch. Barbarian. Okay. God, I wish I remembered Zach Kreger's feature before this. But the Skarsgård guy is in this. I don't want to play it. But that's all we really got, isn't it? This is it. We're done. He's going to play it too, and then it's going to be over. Guys, thanks for coming today. We're still in it. I don't know why that happened, but we're still in it. I'm going to escape, to be completely honest. I'm just going to escape. Do you watch Deep Focus Lens? Yes, I think she's... Oh, don't! I'm not Googling. Swordfish. Hugh Jackman. Swordfish. I don't want to go anywhere near prisoners. Let's use these escapes if we can. Poor things. Get me in there. Get me in there. Our 1 point on the board before they take me out. Take me out back and shoot me in the head with this one. There it is. Yep. Okay. Well, guys, that's going to do for Cine2Nerdle. Cine2Nerdle Wednesdays, they're calling it. Okay, so now is the fun part. We get to wrap things up. I think it's been clearly decided. All the President's Men will be next week's movie. All the President's Men, next week's movie. As far as where you can watch it, let me check that. as of now, it seems like it's a Rent situation. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can watch it on Tubi, but I cannot confirm. Might have to rent this one. You spun the wheel already. Thank you, John. So if you're new to the stream, at the end of every stream, we like to do something that I call the Weekly Boxed. The Weekly Boxed, it's when we select one random user's Letterboxd and we pull it up on stream and we roast it. They usually don't end up being that mean, but you never know. Maybe today's will fucking suck. To get in on this, because I'm sure you're like, wow, how do I get to be a part of this? You got to join the Discord. When you join the Discord, you head on over to the Letterboxd channel, and you can put in your Letterboxd. And I think on there you can decide if you want to be roasted or not. You don't have to be roasted if you don't want to get access to the rest of the Discord. But if you do want to get roasted, you get entered into a wheel system, and then we spin the wheel, and we figure out who is getting roasted this week. And this week, it looks like today, it's going to be Hud the Sun. Hud the Sun. Are you here, Hud? Is Hud the Sun here? I also don't know how to I'm doing this all myself. Wait. I can't figure out how to work this. Hud, where are you? If they're not here, do you respin? No, honestly, we just kind of roll with it. Are you going to rank all the film club movies? Yes, I'll do that after this. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, I forget how the fuck does this work? One mutual server. Hold on. I've never done this by myself. Dog. You found it. Oh my God. Thank you, John. Thank you. Jesus. I don't know how to do this. HUD is here. Hudson. You got picked. I apologize for that delay. Okay, let me pull this up. Appreciate the patience on that. This is why I need mods, because I am not, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Username Kachow95, and it's exactly what you think it's going to be. There it is. Kachow95 with Lightning McQueen up here. Fantastic profile, fantastic username. I am disappointed that he's just not even in the top 4. You're not a real McQueen head. You're not a real Kachow. 3.5 for Lion is crazy. Baby Driver at the number 1 spot. Like, if we're any older than 20 years old, this is unacceptable, but that's all good. 1917 in the top 4. I mean, if that was my first movie ever, sure. Shawshank, absolutely. Social Network, nothing to say there. Those are perfect. Bio, I like movies, especially the good ones. In my diary, I always give some info on where I was or what I was doing when watching a movie. My taste is somewhere in between absolute kino and super fun and gas. The best movies are a bit of both, in my opinion. Anyways, that's me. Respect it. Sup, I'm driving. Of course you are. You fucking Baby Driver and Lightning McQueen in the first, in the top of the profile. Let's look at your physical media collection, because you got it on here. NPC favorite 4, honestly. All Harry Potter movies. I guess that's a box set situation. Ford v Ferrari, solid. This is okay. This is solid. It's very manly. Except for the Virgin Suicides. I guess that takes out that. This is like a dad's collection. This is like your dad passed down his DVDs, which is good. I mean, these are good movies. These are solid. Sorcerer. Did you get the 4K Sorcerer? Because, like, I'm jealous if that is the case. Let's look at this year, 203. Those are amazing numbers. Usually when I do these, people are not putting up the numbers they're supposed to, but you're actually watching movies, so respect. Love the very solid half ratio. Or, I mean, 50-50 ratio. You're not following me. Also, it's not even 50-50. You're not following me, which is a concern, but that's fine. Let's see what else you got in the list. This is the only time I've ever seen a Joseph Kosinski ranked. I didn't know people were making Joseph Kosinski ranks, but I don't disagree. But at the same time, I haven't seen the rest of these. MCU ranked off first glance, don't disagree. Black Panther at the top is very respectable. What's at the bottom? I guess I can't disagree with any of this. These are pretty bad. People were defending Iron Man 3 that one day, and I was like kind of shocked by that because like I remember it being pretty bad. Okay, we got the Letterboxd top 16. There's Cars. So they this is almost more confusing. Like, Cars genuinely is a favorite, but it just ain't 1917. Too many cuts. This is a good one. It is, ever since Awesome Adam said NPC top 4, all I can see is that, but I can't really disagree with much of this. We got 3 iron stands in the chat. I mean, this is solid. Based putting French Dispatch as the top, Wes Anderson. I disagree, but I do respect that. That takes a lot of guts to put that at the top. You have interesting taste. Like, you have both, like, it is genuine. It is NPC core, but like, things are ranked so specifically on your profile that I can't immediately dismiss it. I'm like, you're a real person watching real movies, and that's better than I can say for a lot of people. I think that's what I got. Keep on doing your thing, Kachow 95, and I appreciate you joining the Discord. Okay. Before we get off Letterboxd, let's make the list of the Broadkarst films. I'm actually glad I went away because I would have exposed some of my ranked videos. Okay. We're going to do a quick list of Broadkarst selects, we'll call it. We're going to add Kramer versus Kramer. We're going to add Signs, Possession. Were the other ones The Departed? What else? Wait, what am I missing? I'm missing one. City of God. That's funny because City of God might be number 1. It's only been 5, right? It's only been 5? Yep. Okay. This is a ranked list. I don't know, actually. Actually, it might, dude. It might be Possession, and then City of God, and then The Departed. I know people were like, Departed better be number 1, but like, genuinely, this is kind of how I'm feeling right now. Signs is probably last, because it hasn't like aged as well as I thought it would in my head. Like, it was a little forgettable, but I still really liked it. I mean, this isn't a terribly long segment because this is kind of what it is. I don't know. I really fucked with Possession. Possession was kind of a special one. Not that these others aren't, but it was like particularly special. Dude, fuck it. I'll drop the... Nope, not that. Drop in the Discord. That's Broadkarst Selects. Yeah. I'm glad we got this out here now, though, as we are probably... It's only going to fill up, so got to get in there early. Okay. I'm starting to go a little loopy, if I'm going to be honest with you. So I do think it's time to hang things up. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to another Broadkarst broadcast. Gotta add tags to your list. I'll do it eventually, man. This was as chaotic as I thought it was going to be. The dryer did not show up. Thank God. But also, yeah, when is it going to show up, right? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna log off. Thank you for coming, and next week, All the President's Men, make sure to check it out, because we will be spoiling it and talking about it. But much love, thank you guys, bye-bye. Oh, wait.